We gonna get his ass, homie. Let's show some love, baby. Ken Flores, rest easy, my dog. Rest easy, baby. Rest easy, my G.
Thought that was sound effects over there. I don't got that sound effect.
I was like, damn, the homie had a little Tourette's moment right there.
Hey, how come everybody keeps telling me that?
I was legit. That shit was out of nowhere.
Nah, fool, that shit comes like every 10 minutes. Like, I'm like that jukebox, fool. You gotta pay 5 cents minimum, dog.
5 cents minimum. Yeah. Hey, Casey, what time is it?
It's game time.
Let's go. That's it? It's my beer.
Yeah.
Welcome to Hoodstocks, baby. Tuesday, Taco Tuesday. The only problem is there ain't no tacos on the streets no more. Unless you go to Tacos a Cabron right here up the street, baby. Shit fire, man.
It is Monday, too, so.
Oh, it's Monday.
This is cool, though.
Monday, baby. My bad. Yes, sir. Homie about the turntables.
That's needed in that fucking beat right there.
Chop City on the beat. Chop City on the beat. Chop City just got back from vacay, man. He said, lucky the beats are coming. Look at everybody up there right there, man. Shit, look at that. Look at all those Mexican flags. That shit look like an ice protest right there.
That shit look like Roblox. You see that Roblox ice protest the little kids were doing? That's what they're doing over there right now.
Yeah, man.
Hit that keyboard hard as fuck. Let's do it.
Yes, sir. Appreciate everybody tapping in. Yes, sir. Help yourself, my dog.
Jolly Ranchers.
Yes, sir.
Is that we're getting sponsored or not? Or is it just because you like Jolly Ranchers?
It's a good, yeah, Jolly Ranchers they're good, bro. Well, you know what I do is so sometimes I try to stay away from the vape, the smoking the vape, and the cigarettes, right? And so this may sound kind of weird, bro, but it's like an oral fixation that you gotta like, maybe like a nervous thing.
Right.
Like, so sometimes I'll put the Jolly Ranchers or there's probably some, no, there's not. Cough drops, I like the menthol taste. I'm fidgety, bro.
Yeah, you need one of them fucking fidget spinners. I'm gonna bring you one next time.
Yeah, my kids got those things, bro. And I don't know, I'll just be like, man, you know, that's when I got to bring that old school word retarded back, bro, because they're just sitting there
just fidgeting that shit.
You know what I mean?
What it's for, dog.
Yeah, I'm just
Fuck
like,
it.
damn, man.
Entertain them and shit.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. Kids have so much entertainment these days, you know?
Hell yeah.
I can't get my kids off those apps. You got kids, bro?
Yeah, dog. I mean, the thing is, you gotta make it seem like it's not available. So I try to make it not available. Like, I be having to force my girl, well, not force them, but trick them into spending time with me and shit. 16 and 12 at home, 2 little girls. So I'm like, I just want to be on TikTok most of the time, but I'll go in there like, you know how you just said, like, sound like I got Tourette's because I be doing random, like, I be going there, brah, fuck y'all doing? Come outside, let's watch a movie type shit.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to, dog, because, you know, it's aggressive parenting, dog. I force my kids to spend time with me.
I like that, bro. I like that. I really, and I respect that too, dog. You know, my girl, so we have they're gonna 8 and 9, they're gonna be 9 and 10 this year.
That's dope. That's
girl, right, back-to-back girls, we had them. And my girl always tells me, she's like, dude, like, they ain't gonna be wanting to chill with us like they chill with us right now. So you gotta take advantage of it, you know? And but even at the age right now, you said that your daughters are how old again? Are your kids?
16 and 12.
16 and 12.
The little ones are 16 and 12. The other ones are grown already.
Yeah, and I got grown ones too. I wasn't there for their life, but anyways, that's another bad story in my life. But yeah, they just want to be on TikTok too. I gotta pry them off that TikTok, bro.
Yeah.
Or they watch those reels, bro? You ever see
You
the
should
reels
get
they
in that
watch?
class action lawsuit, dog.
Yeah.
You see that shit? Every time I flip the fucking scroll, they're like, TikTok is suing class action. I don't know, dog. I don't want to promote a lawsuit, but
yeah,
get that money, dog. If they said if your kids are always on TikTok, fool, you could sue.
Yeah.
That's the American way right there, fool. Let's just sue.
But that's not the old school gangster way, though. You feel me?
Right. Yeah.
You know, like that's like fools. Like there's individuals, brother, that will walk into a market and they'll have it all set up. and they'll have somebody go spill some water or break something, and they'll come right in behind them and whoop. Fall down and you know what I mean, and sue. You know, like that's never been my style, bro. My style's been a little more of a strong arm robberies.
Allegedly.
Well, no, the cases are there, bro.
Okay,
You know what I mean?
okay, well.
The convictions have been there, you know what I mean? But there's a lot of people that are and then that also transfers over to what females are doing, dog. And I know there's some bad dudes out there doing bad things, but I think a lot of females are taking advantage of the situation. Yeah. Like the Cassie thing, the Cassie and Diddy. Have you paid any attention to that?
I paid it sort of attention. I mean, I know enough to be as like that. Homegirl was a freak, and she seen some money. That's how I see it. I don't want to, because I don't really follow the Diddy shit too much. I know.
Yeah.
I just know that fucking, how much baby oil do you have? Like, does the average person have in their house, dog? Like, do you have a bottle of baby oil, or is it like 3 or 4 or 5?
I got one just in here because you never know. You know what I
mean? no wonder it smelled weird when I came in here.
That's baby oil with a little mixture of shit.
Yeah, you got that scented baby oil and
it's
shit.
It's a shit, Casey. Anyways, let's get right here. Welcome to Hood Stocks, everybody. Thank you for tapping in. Today, let me introduce our guest out of El Paso, Texas, out of Las Vegas. I see this dude stomping around in Mexico as well. I want to give everybody give a warm welcome to Dwende, man. Thank you, my dog.
Gracias.
Appreciate you, bro.
Congratulations. I wanted to, tell you congratulations on what you've created, dog. Everybody who's got the platform that runs with it, that has a fucking a voice and shit, especially with the shit going on right now, man. Like, on behalf of probably a lot of people that should say it, dog, I appreciate you, and people like you that are doing the moves that you're supposed to be doing to make sure that the movement and the game stays as pure as we could fucking keep it. You know what I mean?
Absolutely, brother, and I appreciate you, man, and thank you so much, man.
Yeah.
We just try to keep it as as natural, as authentic as possible, bro.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Be our true selves. Sometimes when it's not even appealing to certain individuals, in a sense, you know what I mean? Because this channel isn't appealing to the mass,
right.
The mass crowds or all the ethnic, you know what I mean?
It's an acquired taste.
It's an acquired taste, dog.
Yeah, and you got to really understand it to actually appreciate, like, I mean, you could tune in to shit like this, to this type of culture, and just try to get the gist of it, and try to see just two or three, like, or a crowd of motherfuckers from the street that you see. But man, there's intellect coming from this shit from all over the place, all over the streets, all over artists, all over like podcasts, content creators. So it's just like you do, dog. I just wish a lot of these fools would keep it pure. A lot of these times these motherfuckers are just looking stupid just to get some views.
Yeah,
and that's cool.
Man.
That's what you do, but we do it. But
yeah, we don't do that right here.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes we do it by accident. You know what I mean? Just because we acting fools and having a good time. But that's not our intentions. Our intentions is just to have a cool conversation like we'd have it off camera. You know?
Right.
Like people get a taste of what it is to kick it with the homies sometimes. Right. You feel me?
Right.
And sometimes there's dudes that they say they were from California, they're from Arizona, or you know what I mean, just different places where we represent somewhat of the same culture,
right.
And they move to another state, and they're just like, damn, dog, you remind me of back when I lived in Cali, or I lived in that, whatever, bro,
Right.
And sometimes I guess it's good for them, bro, to bring them back home and, remind them of, who we are and how we do
and also in other places, you gotta understand the culture isn't that big as it is, like especially here in LA and in California, and on the West Coast. I mean, there's a lot of like the Chicano movement, like us, old school. But when they see things like this, they're still active, man. And I know it causes some type of pride to people who are doing it without the masses doing it. There's just a few, and they don't go with the modas, with the styles. They stick to the culture because it's what they're genuine. You know what I mean? So
I've really tried to reach out to just different lanes to kind of give a variety, and I think we do very well in that sense, but it doesn't always appeal to everybody. And it is what it is. Like, I just got off the phone. I know this Marine, and this Marine said, "Hey, Luck, would you be interested in having a border agent on the podcast?" And I was like, so to me, dog, it's just like, I ain't gonna. Well, I don't want to say too much, bro, because I don't want to offend. I try to keep it cool on both sides of the fence, but
right.
I said, what does he want to talk about? He goes, he wants to talk about when he worked in the border, on the border, and what was going on there, because he quit the border.
Oh, so he's not a border agent
no more,
he's a
bro.
retired border agent.
Yeah. So hey, you know what I mean? I'll take the phone call, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? I said, yeah, dog, link that up, and I chopped it up with bro, and bro wants to come on and give. Just like a different perspective of when he was working that and the thought process behind that whole entity of the border agency, and give us the kind of like the inside scoop. Like he quit the border agency because I don't have all the information, so I don't want to speak too much on it because I might be speaking incorrectly. But it sounds like he wasn't good with it no more, bro. So he got out the border, and he's not doing that no more. So he kind of wanted to come in and
Yeah, no, I think that's good, dog. Honestly, I respect that, because when you're trying to do a movement like we're trying to fight, you gotta have all kinds of resources on the other side as well, dog. It can't just be like us on this side, the brown people, and not have, even though they're brown over there too on that side, but they're not really brown like we are. They're politician brown.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's always good, dog, to communicate with like community activities. You know what I mean? Like if the sheriff comes in, like talk to on a different tip. Like if you're an activist, because we don't go close to cops, but like I'm saying, the people who are trying to get that route, like I don't know, like community leaders, like activists, organizers. Man, have these conversations with politicians. Have these conversations with the chief of police. Have these conversations with border patrol agents.
Yeah.
People who can obviously voice their opinion, but also people who are gonna listen and be down to fucking make a change, because if we're not having a conversation to make a change, then it's empty. To me, it's an empty conversation.
100%, bro. I agree with you on that. And sometimes this is just this broadens our perspective in regards to when we have certain individuals come like that, and they give us exclusive intel, right?
Right.
I also had a retired sheriff that jumped in my DM a couple of days ago, and he was just like, hey, look, I'm gonna be straight up with you. I'm a retired sheriff, but I love what you're doing, man. I love the awareness and just the different angles you hit it. Because I do hit it on a lot of different angles. You feel me? And sometimes they don't, the audience isn't good with what I might be talking about.
Right.
But I'm so like, I'm not rigid just on one side, bro. Like I see things on both sides of the coin, even though there is three sides of a coin. There's there's heads, tails, and there's the edge of the coin. So there's three sides of the coin. So sometimes I'll be on the edge of the coin, looking at both sides.
Yeah, honestly, that's what I preach too, dog. Like I preach, like, stop picking sides. This ain't even like any side that you pick is not for you anyway. Like, because I'm in the middle, I could agree with both sides on certain shit, and then I could respectfully disagree with both sides on shit.
100%.
But you know how it is, dog. As soon as you disagree with somebody, they're so stuck in that mind frame that you got to pick a side, that as soon as you say, hey, I don't think this is right, they start like, oh, it's because you're the opposite side. And I'm like, bro, just try to listen to logic, fool. Stop. First of all, think like a human being. Second of all, we're in America, think like an American. And then third of all, think what's best for you and your family and shit. Like,
so my entire life, bro, I picked one side, right? And that was kind of like the street side and everything that came with that side of the map. And even on that side, when you pick one side, there's still a lot of internal politicking and everything else. And I'm not trying to get into all the different, in depth of any of that. But so it doesn't matter, bro. Even if you pick a side, there's still gonna be disagreements and there's gonna be beef,
Right.
So just to, so now I'm at an age that I just like, there's things on, like you said, bro, both sides that I, disagree and I do agree with,
Yeah.
And that's a part of growing into a grown person, a grown woman.
I was gonna say that it took growth to do that shit. Like I was a fucking I probably still am stubborn as fuck, dog, according to everybody who was around me. But I mean, the growth of like what you say, looking at the coin from just two sides, dog. Like it took me a long ass fucking time to realize that this is a whole different vision, dog. Like of what I've been taught my whole life, or what I taught myself was. It's just bigger, dog. Life's bigger than what we imagined. Like, I know you didn't imagine yourself to be the age you are. Most of us were like, fool, I'm gonna die at 19 anyways, dog. Let's run it. So
I didn't know I was gonna hit 40, bro. I always thought that was so far away, bro. And then I hit 40, and I was just like, okay, yeah, go ahead, brother.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah.
So where it's like, but you when you least expect it, you look back, you're like, damn, fool, I've changed like a lot from that kid that thought I was gonna die to now, because I look at shit different.
Yeah,
I could look at shit from outside the box, and I don't blame a lot of these people, especially in this generation, fool, because they think two sides of the coin, because they've never been through the shit that makes them see the middle of that.
100%.
You know what I mean? And a lot of us have had to deal with life on fucked up terms.
And that's where like arguments come in on like the internet, Instagram, you know, YouTube, the comment sections, or disagreements, and it's because people really you might be arguing with someone that's super young, bro, and they ain't really been through too much in life, experience in life. So you always gotta
even somebody who's old. There's people our age that never been through shit, dog.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, they ain't been through shit. They've lived a real fucking...
It's all on the maturity and shit. There's people that I know that are 25 that are more grown than people that I know that are 45.
Because, yeah, they went through a whole lot more shit than the person at 45 years old.
And it sucks. You got to go through some shit to have that growth.
Absolutely.
Right? And people think that just because they're that age, dog, like that's, you know, that's the wisdom you have of a 45-year-old. Like, nah, you know, you got to go through the hardships, and that's where you know, when you pray for strength, and you pray for guidance, and you pray for... That's how God gives it to you, dog. It's like, here's the bullshit.
I think
iron it out.
I think what's given me wisdom is you know, all the years of just fucking crashing out, hitting the wall, mistakes. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? I believe you probably can agree with this, and that the more mistakes you make and then you survive it, the more wisdom you're gonna gain.
Right. It's like building off of it. I look at it like this, and this is my... You know, what I compare it to is like you walk down the road and it's dark. You're gonna trip over stones, right?
Yeah.
You could do different things with these stones, dog. You could just look out and make sure you don't trip on them next time. Or you could grab your stone and take it with you. And at the end of all those stones, dog, you got something to build yourself a shelter or your own little temple or whatever it is. And that's metaphorically speaking. It's like when you go through some shit, you could either brush it off, or you could take what you just went through and build on that for strength, or build on it for wisdom. You know what I'm saying? And it's some people deal with shit different. I feel like gracias a Dios, people like me and people around me is like we've learned to carry those stones with us, even though they're heavy. We know that at the end of the day is what's gonna build us our fucking temple. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
And I like the way you say the stones. I use the analogy of a toolbox. You know what I mean? The more shit you've been through as you get older, so on and so forth, the journey you take in life, you know, I mean, the trials, the tribulations, the life lessons, the bigger your toolbox gets. So when you run into a similar situation, you can get back in that toolbox, and you got the tool to deal with that situation because of, you know.
Yeah, that's a dope one too. Hell yeah.
And so recently you got arrested, bro.
Yeah.
How did you know you were in Vegas protesting? Tell me, share me that story with me, bro.
I mean, it was just simple. Look, I've always preached this. Like, I still am involved, and you know, whenever I can, when people organize or whatever, I'm there. I used to really organize and go, you know, but as I got older, my only goal that I had then was like protect the kids. You know what I mean? A lot of these youngsters, they don't, you know, they're I mean, they got anger. They're doing this shit with passion. A lot of them don't even know, let's be real, a lot of them don't even know what the real cause is. But there's anger there. Oh, that's all they know is that they're being mistreated, so their families. So they're out there with rage and anger. These cops love those kids because those are the ones that get the fuck up. Yeah. My thing is I like to be there because I have influence in a lot of these kids. So luckily I've been around in situations where I've been able to calm down the protest turning violent. Yeah. Where cops do some fucked up shit, and these fools get violent back, water bottles, the whole shit. So I was there basically to do that, dog.
To kind of calm the masses.
Try to.
Yeah.
They just rushed us, dog.
That's hard.
There was nothing like, there was no. They could say whatever they want on the news or whatever, but I was there, so they just hit us with tear gas. They shot everybody with rubber bullets, and they just ran up on us, and that was that. You know, like. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm at a protest. I know what time it is. I know the risk and the consequences. But I got locked up with a lot of these little youngsters. First time ever getting busted, dog. And, you know, for a fucking 18, 19-year-old who's I don't want to say square, but is really not into a life that, you know, gets you in the county jail at 17 or 18, like these fools were scared.
Yeah.
And then the treatment, even though it's 24 hours, we know what's up, dog. Like, it's something that we're already anticipating, but these youngsters are not.
Yeah.
And that to me is like, it's being done across the country to traumatize this new generation, to make you feel like this was going to happen if you stand up for yourself. We ain't going to say that. We're not going to tell you that this is what we're going to carry out every time you try to stand up for yourself, but just so you get a little taste of it. So I'm in a way, I'm glad I was there for that day, because I was able to calm a lot of these youngsters down. Gracias a Dios, and respects to anybody who was in there with me in Vegas. You know, I take honor and especially the youngsters that after we all got out, you know, they hit me up and they were like, yo, if it wasn't for you, you know, making that shit a cool experience, I don't know how, you know what I mean? I don't know how I would have made it through. Because, you know, dog, we sang, fool, we told jokes. I had, you know, that's how it is. For you pass the time, how you pass the time. And I didn't know it at the time, but I'm just going through my time, and I'm at the end of the day, I'm like, damn, like, maybe that's why a lot of us need to get involved. People that can take that hit and do know what to do in those experiences. You know what I'm saying? Unfortunately, I don't want to. Obviously, nobody wants to get locked up and shot up with fucking rubber bullets. But if you're out there to protect these kids, dog, and if you're out there really, really for the cause, then you just gotta understand sometimes that shit just comes with the territory.
100%.
You know? So
and like you said, you knew repercussions of where it could potentially go.
Right.
The kids think they know, but they get a real reality check when it does happen, and now they're in handcuffs and they are no longer free to move, free to leave.
Right.
And
them holding cells get cold, huh?
Yeah, you know, and that's when it gets real, and that's when it separates the real ones from the fake, and the fake, not necessarily the fake ones, but some individuals start second guessing their actions or how they want to move. You know what I mean? And I always say that because jail will separate a lot of individuals from the others. You know, because that's when it gets real, bro. Right. You know, and that's when you know you're gonna if you how you feel, if you're really about this life or you're not about the life. You know, or the movement in a sense. You know. Yeah. And I respect everybody that's gone out there and done their thing. I really try to. I'm like you, bro. I push peaceful protest. Right. Dog, you know, there's no reason to pain your family. There's no reason to add financial burden to your family, having to get bailed out, or even having to see a court date, bro. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, you know, if you're gonna go out there for your family and protest peacefully, because if you don't protest peacefully, then you're adding more stress than there already is to your household or your people. You know what I mean? By you getting arrested and now facing a charge. You know, like that one dude. There was this one dude. I don't know if he was out of Compton or what, bro. But he was seen on video. Allegedly throwing rocks at the big boulders, bro. At the
who that's passing by.
Yeah, you seen that?
I've seen that.
Yeah, that was going viral. Everybody's seen that, bro. I'm not sharing anything that hasn't not been seen. And I get the rage, bro. I get the anger, you know. But now, if I'm remember correctly, or if I have the correct information, the dude might be arrested and might be facing federal charges. Yeah. And you know what I mean? Like, damn, homie.
Yeah.
Like, I get it. You were angry. Maybe you drank too much, too many Modelos, too much tequila. You know what I mean? And you were on a sick one. You know what I mean?
And I remember that video. It was eerie, dog. You know what I mean? Like I seen the movement and I seen everything happening and I seen, and I say this because I want to stress the fact that sometimes that behavior is understandable to me.
Yeah, no, to me too.
I'm not condoning it. I'm not saying that that's how we need to move.
No.
But you got to look at the circumstances sometimes. You know, like we're animal species, dog. Our
tribal.
Our nature is to protect ourselves.
Yes.
You know, and there's some cases where the only way to protect yourself is rage and violence, and that's unfortunate. But that's the type of species we are.
100%.
So when somebody, I don't know, and you hear this shit all around, and I get it. It looks fucked up on TV, you know, cop cars burning and you know, I get it. But we're not really talking about what the problem there was. The community didn't just come out one day and say, "Hey, let's just fuck up all of," you know. This is all a turn of events that we're not talking about. We're just talking about what these people did wrong. Some of them, you know, how it looks to you, because now the reaction of your action, you know what I'm saying, it was something that affected you or looked bad. But we got to talk about the action in the first place. And that's what, you know, we're not addressing. Even our own people, we're not addressing it. I get it, like, you know, and I respect both sides of
the conversation.
Yeah, or whatever you want to call it, the parties, or, you know, those what is it, the elephant and the fucking donkey?
I don't respect neither side, bro, because I feel like at the end of the day, like it really pushed me away because I thought there was some, like, man, excuse me for this, man, but you know, I live a different life now, and sometimes I want to believe that there are some good politicians that are going to try to do the right thing, and I think they do to a certain extent, but at the end of the day, it's driven by money and a party, you know. Right. And it's just like from here on out, bro, I take the step back, bro, you know, from both sides of that party, because I feel like neither party is for the streets. You know, they may act like it sometimes, you know.
And okay, I look at those people, dog, that are so loyal to their party. I look at them. Sometimes humans get helpless, dog. But I think we have so many religions, you know. And these type of people on both sides, I feel like these people are so helpless. They feel so fucking helpless that they feel like there's nothing they could do on their own to better the situation. So they want to depend on a powerful party, which is either the fucking blue or the red or the left or the right or whatever the case is. I understand that emotion, you know, and that's why I respect the fact that they want better. But what I can't respect is your loyalty to what seems like a cult. Because no matter what the party does, even if it affects you, you're okay with that. You're willing to sacrifice that just because of your loyalty to the party, and that's where we go wrong. That's where I think that you lose the respect for it, right? Because it's like the party can't be bigger than values.
It's the same thing in gangs, bro. Gangs, the same shit happens, bro. You turn a blind eye, bro. Right. You're like, oh man, that's a home team, so I'm just gonna turn a blind eye to that. You know what I mean? It's really it's the same nature, it's the same beast, bro. But it's just on a fucking whole other level of capitalism.
And I think we could see it because we lived it personally in that scale. So now we look at it like, nah, I recognize this feeling. Like this whole fucking vibe is that of something I've been through before. And, you know, like experience, dog. That's why I say a lot of these cats that type hella hard on the fucking talking shit and putting clown faces is because a lot of you people, that's the best way you can express yourself, and that's cool. There's probably people right now that are gonna, you know, and that's cool. Like if that's how you have to express yourself and let out and vent is acting like you are that that's okay. Unfortunately or fortunately for people like us, dog, like we don't even need that high anymore. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? No. Because we've been through that. Not only have we been through that, we live the consequences of acting tough.
Yeah.
You feel me? So now to me, it's like, it's funny. It's comedy, how people get so angry and emotional against somebody who I've never even seen your real face. You know?
You're absolutely
weird.
Correct, bro. You know what I mean? And just like the tough part, bro. Like I made a video kind of explaining why because the mayor said we need all the gang members to come out, protect the streets, and then there was a lot of people that weren't from hoods, and they were saying, yeah, aren't gangs supposed to protect the street, protect the hoods, and so I made a video, and it wasn't me trying to be tough, it wasn't me trying to shit on nothing, it was me trying to just give people somewhat of a glimpse of my personal opinion. This didn't come down the pipeline for Lucky to give this post, right, you know what I mean? It was just my personal opinion, experience of being 48 years old and understanding how the streets work. And necessarily, bro, it's not gonna work like that. You know what I mean? Because we, like you said, we animals, bro. It's tribal, you know. And we only gonna care about what directly affects us. And there's a lot of dudes that are, you know, gang members, non-affiliates. It doesn't directly affect them, bro. And they're Latinos, they're Mexican, they're Chicano, dog. And honestly, they're living there, bro. Think about this, dog. I said this. I think I said this last night. I gave a percentage of how many Mexicans, say in California, bro, that are really out there protesting. I said there's probably like 10%. protesting. Because if there was if there was 90%, bro, the streets would be packed, bro. Because we California is a mini Mexico in a sense, right, bro. There's so many Mexicanos out here. It's crazy, dog. You know what I mean? So if you really think just if you can see thousands of people, bro, we are out here in the hundreds of thousands. You know what I mean? You know, so there's a lot of Mexicans, bro, that are just like, you know what I mean? It's not their beef, or they're not going to get involved. They're not out there protesting.
Right.
It's a tiny percentage of Mexicans that are protesting, dog. Right. And so how does that make you feel about the ones that are living their everyday life and they're passing by and they're seeing individuals that do protest? Is it shame on them?
Man, it's because it's a two-way, because I could be immature about it and say, yeah, shame on you because you're brown.
Yeah.
But then my maturity says, like, I'm not going to sit here and fight you when I already got somebody that I'm fighting. Like, why would I focus my attention on you who's not going to do anything? You're probably just going to hold me back and distract me from the real problem. So it's like I don't even have time to consider those people right now, you know, because like you said, it's a very small percentage of people who are out here in the first place.
And it may not be 10%. That was just something
it's just a number, right?
Yeah.
But the percentage that there is already, it's not, like you said, it's not
50%.
We need more people.
Yeah.
So if I focus and we get a bunch of other people to focus on the people who ain't shit and are just living their life like, well, that doesn't affect me. Fuck y'all. Why y'all protesting? You know, I hate that question. Why y'all protesting? Like, that's, you know.
Create awareness.
Yeah.
It's
obvious.
Right, it's our right to protest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, when they ask that question, dog, it's pendejitis to me. It's like it's a rhetorical question, dog. There's no answer for it. You know the answer. It's like, you're asking me that because you're in favor of what I'm protesting against.
Exactly.
And you want to have this little fucking old man fucking senile conversation that I'm not going to have. So anyways, back to the, because I wanted to touch on that too, dog, because I remember seeing that, like a lot of non-affiliated people believe that gangs themselves, and I like your post, dog, because how you presented it, it's like, it sounds like the perfect movie, right?
Yeah.
Gang members put their guns down, and this is what y'all gotta understand, dog. Like, we're not trying to act sarcastic about it. But when you come and bring those things that I can make a bunch of points. I'm gonna stick to 2 points. The people who are asking for gang members to come and protect their neighborhoods, ask them what a RICO Act is, and ask them if they know one person in their family or in their circle that's ever been convicted of, you know, or investigated for a RICO Act.
And these are the individuals too that call the cops on the motherfuckers, really despise these individuals, but now they're calling for them.
Right. So here's another thing. Like, do you know what involving gangs that are already under a fucking bad eye into a fucking fight like this would make us look like?
Yeah.
Think about that, dog. Like, do you really want a bunch of registered gangs in the United States to become another fucking terrorist organization so that they could grab that and look at our movement and be like, look, they have organized gang members and you know, mafias and you guys know the story, dog. You know how it's gonna happen. Like, the people who suggest that, like, I'm sorry, dog, but you guys have something wrong with you. And for you to say that there's no gang members out there protesting, like, you really want gang members to go out there with shirts and colors of, oh, well, look at, you know, I'm not even gonna mention no hoods because this is fucking embarrassing too, you know? Y'all really expect this shit to go down like that? It's funny. I know a lot of gang members who are protesting.
Yes, sir.
You know? But I'm not out there with a fucking shirt with my hood, dog. I'm not out there representing my hood. I'm out there as a fucking, as you know, whether I belong to a gang or not.
You're out there for yourself.
Yes.
For your heart,
yes.
What you believe in.
Yes, because I'm not going to dirty the movement, dog. If you get gang members out there, fool, and do what you want them to do, fool, you know how much violence would occur, fool? Like the homies in the hood are not equipped to sit here and have these conversations with you, dog. They don't have the time. They don't have the patience. These little youngsters are out here really fucking, you know, really out there, dog. And you guys think it's like a music video. And that's what gets me, is like, a lot of you people who talk shit about this culture and this generation, you don't have not one fucking idea where this, you know, culture comes from. But I really do I want you guys to learn. So instead of listening to me, with an attitude and getting ready to type emojis on your fucking phone, dog, really do your homework on where the culture comes from. Really do your homework why LA is rising up right now. Why, dog? Because the generations that came after us, the cholos from the 90s, these are our kids, dog. We fucked up because we didn't play the game right. We were fighting each other, dog, instead of fighting the system that was oppressing us. And yeah, we could admit that. Us grown motherfucking gangsters could admit that. So you want to sit here and hold me on what the shit I did since I was 17 years old? I got more growth from that than most of you motherfuckers here that are just sitting at home suggesting that gangs go out there dressed in fucking uniforms, and that's just retarded, dog. So the next time you guys suggest some shit like, I don't know who the mayor, I never really, followed her.
There was a couple entities that suggested that, not just her. I think she was the first one, but then there was somebody out of California.
People like
City.
the mayor, those are the reasons that the fucking homies are doing so much fucking time. So fuck you. Like, first, for real, like, these are the reasons that homies are doing live, bitch. And you got the fucking audacity to sit here and call out? Bitch, how about this? If that's really the case, you go get a bunch of homies out and fucking pardon their sentences and bring them out here. A ver si no lo hacen, güey. And then another thing, for all you fools that are calling gangsters out and gangs to come out here, if you're so mad about it, I'll tell you what. Get on the phone or your thing, call a group of friends, tell them you're going to start a gang, get your T-shirts, pick a name, start nicknaming people, dog, become a leader, and then you can bring your own fucking gang to the protest, dog, and see how fucking dumb you look. You know what I'm saying? We're going to keep doing the shit that we're doing, homie. Like, I'm from the streets. I represent the movement. I don't only represent my hood no more, fool. I represent every hood because we're a movement now. So when I go out there, dog, I'm not going to dirty the movement with the intellect that I fucking, I got during the fucking years of what I've been through. Not you. You ain't going to take me back to that. Like, that's, I don't know, dog. I ranted, but that shit just pissed me off with it, that there's people so, like, immature as shit.
So when I give that comment too, I see the analytics, and the analytics are showing that a lot of people don't follow me, so a lot of people don't know me, and so a lot of people may think that I'm one of the dudes that's still running around on the streets, you know what I mean? And I'm not, bro. You know what I mean? And so people were quick to just shit on me, and obviously there was a bunch of homies that agree with it, and there's a bunch of cats that agree with it, but they don't comment. You know what I mean? Right. All good. Everybody's got their, they'll just like or whatever. But it's a touchy subject during touchy times, dog. You know what I mean? And the first thing people want to do is everybody wants to point the finger at each other within the community when things aren't going right. You know what I mean? And you know what? I think it's human nature when your community is being attacked. Everything is in an uproar. Everybody is in a just going crazy, bro, and it is what it is, dog. And I don't get mad, bro. I don't get mad when people are giving me these hateful comments on this shit. You know what I mean? Sometimes I'll reply with, hey, son, you know what I mean? Calm down, I'm going to be home for dinner in a bit, you know what I mean?
I mean, that's the only way you can reply, because a lot of these people, like, I understand when people want to find information or make a good point even, right? But when you're just senile on, like, that's like, you got too much time on your hands and you got way too much liberty to just do what you want to on a regular Tuesday afternoon.
Well, and I noticed too, and I'm going back to a couple of posts that I made. I noticed, so when I made these posts, I made several points, you know what I mean, in the post. And I realized that people are very selective in what they hear. And as soon as they hear one thing, but they didn't hear the next thing, I didn't say not to go out there. I said, no, that we're not, motherfuckers ain't gonna be organizing because they ain't gonna with the RICO, but individually, there is a lot of homies that are out there, you know what I mean, in support, you know what I mean? 100%. I mean, I've been out there myself, bro, you know what I mean? Because I'm not good with it, bro. You coming up, like, the campaign, and I hate to, this is a broken record, we've talked about this a bunch of times, but we got you right here, so we'll touch on it again, obviously. But the campaign was to get rapists and criminals out, you know what I mean? And hey, all my friends are criminals, dog, you know what I mean? But not all of them are, a lot of them are, most of them are American citizens. Some of them are not, dog. And a couple of my homies reached out, they're like, hey, look what the, and anyways, but the campaign was for that, but then they switched it up and they came and they started getting innocent people. They started hitting car washes, the thug, all that shit. And that's when I was like, dog, nah, this is fucked up. Because every administration campaigns for deportation, bro, forever, dog.
Right.
But anyways, it's unfortunately it is what it is, and it's still going on right now.
I think the difference right now is every other president. I remember when Obama was deporting people. We didn't hear about it on the news, right? I mean, he was raiding houses, dog, like random houses. Say a random family lived there for fucking 30 years in that house. They kicked down the door and asked for a random ass Luis Martinez, right?
Yeah.
Oh, we got an arrest for Luis Martinez. Oh, well, he's never lived here. We were the first owners of this house. Well, since we're here, we need everybody's ID. And that's what Obama was doing, dog.
Yeah.
So, I mean, this shit didn't start like with this, right? It's just, I think the difference is the fucking, the show, like today, dog, they're out there in MacArthur Park just marching, dog, with cameras and shit.
Yeah.
And videographers and photo ops. Like, that's what this is about. Like it's about showing the rest of the world how disposable we are, dog.
Well, they're implementing fear, bro, within the community, dog.
Facts.
They're implementing fear, dog. You know what? I had an accident in my car, and anyways, I was at the rental spot to switch out a car or whatever, and I seen a Mexican couple, older couple, right? And they had a lady with them, and she had a backpack on, bro, with a gang of stuff in it, bro. And my first thing was I was like, damn, bro, like they're renting the car to take her somewhere safe, or maybe to self-deport or something like that.
Right.
And you know what, bro? That shit right there. So I'm half Mexican and I'm half Russian Jew, dog. You know what I mean?
Oh shit, I know.
Yeah, dog.
That's crazy.
And so, you know what I mean? Anyways, bro, but that right there, homie, that shit really kind of fucks me up, bro.
Right.
Like people are scared. People that have never committed crimes, you know what I mean? They're scared and they're running for their life. And this is California, bro. You know what I mean? This is a different state than all other states, dog. You know what I mean? And anyways, dog.
It feels like they're family, dog. Right? Like no matter who they are, you may not know them, you pass them by and they're going through that situation, you look at them like a family.
Well, you got to have compassion, bro. You got to have compassion, yeah, bro, because, and back to sometimes, and I had to open up my eyes in a sense because the politics were all crazy, dog, and I never really fucked with them, but I got a little involved with them, and I was so tired of just the woke shit and them trying to implement weird shit, the trannies and all this shit. Right. And anyways, it pushed a lot of people to another side to vote for another side.
It was part of the plan, dog.
Yeah, no, 100%.
That's why they opened the borders. That's why they did all the LGBTQ.
You think so?
Yeah, dog. It was part of the plan so that this side could go extreme, and now the next side could go extreme, and then the next after this, dog. If we have another president in the future,
which we will.
Which I hope so, because
we will. 4 years.
You know how that shit goes.
Well, Trump can't get president again, and he will. Whoever after him, bro, it's gonna be the next is gonna be. I think. Well, I don't know, bro. You know what I mean? But it's for sure not gonna be anyone near of the ideology of Trump.
The way this shit's going right now, I feel like Trump's gonna be the first dictator of the United States, dog.
That's what he's trying to do, bro. And we've seen a lot of dictatorship vibes, bro, in recent times when he had all the tanks out and the parade and stuff like that. That's dictatorship. Like they do that shit in China, bro. They do that shit in Russia.
And he's got a lot of supporters for his move too, shit, which is. It's scary, A
lot of them are Latinos, bro. You know what I mean? You know, and you know what I mean. Honestly, like we what he was campaigning for, of getting back to common sense, old school values, bro. It resonated with a lot of the Latino community because Latinos are conservative in all a lot of aspects, bro.
Right.
In reality, and that's why there's only a small percentage of them out there protesting. It looks like a lot, bro, but it's really, there's a mixture of people out there. Like downtown LA, bro, there's a lot of like liberals, bro, like, LGBT, whatever the fuck you call them. There's a lot of whites out there. There's a lot of different races besides Latino, bro, because they're not out there because I would say they really, really care about Mexicans getting deported. They're out there because they're opposing Trump.
Right.
You feel me? So everybody's out there for their own agenda in a sense.
I think that the opposing Trump has become a bigger trend than opposing like oppression, dog. You know, like a lot of the other side, like, you know, there's two sides that I don't fuck with none of them, but I feel like the people who are dividing themselves into two sides, Republican and Democrat, the other side is so focused on just going against Trump that we're all forgetting him, you know. And then also you got the Republicans so focused on, you know, just backing Trump up because there's so many people against him that they're willing to go against, you know, American ideology, dog, like values and shit.
Values, exactly. I mean, how do you think that how do you think the illegal immigrant process should be?
That's a good question, because you know what? Like, we don't talk about that enough. Like, let's be realistic. Let's be real realistic, right? I'm going to tell you the truth, dog. I go to Mexico a lot. Shouts out to all my deported homies in Mexico, all the people that came from the States. All you guys, much love, man. But you guys know, like, here's the thing. When we go when people get deported, dog, especially homies and shit like that, they're cool with it. They accept it. You know, even my tios and my jefe, dog, like when they would get deported, it's like they were you know, they were anticipating it. They know what comes with the program. They know what comes with the consequences, the whole shit. So it's like right now, we're not talking about, you know, how to come to a common ground. It's like everybody's completely opposition or everybody's completely pro, you know, deportation. So yeah, a conversation of how we feel about, you know, deportation policies is always important, but it's also important to be realistic with the shit, you know. Do I believe in deportations? Morally, no. Right? I would love for my people to have that opportunity.
Yeah.
To better
their life, right?
But realistically, like we talked about earlier, I know homies that are you know, no tienen documentos, way, and they come up here and they commit the same crimes that I did when I was young. And I used to tell the homies, like, fool, unfortunately you don't got it like that, dog.
Yeah.
Like, for you gotta keep a clean nose or you're done.
Yeah.
And that's a harsh reality, especially when you both grew up on the same block from when you were kids, you know. As you get older, it affects you different. But that's just the harsh reality of it. And some people accept it. The most people that accept it are the ones that actually get deported. The you know, my tios were very accepting every time they got arrested and deported. Should it be such a penalized crime? Nah, I don't believe so. I don't believe there should, you know, life in prison for crossing the border. Like, that's just harsh. But do I believe that we should make sure that the people that have that opportunity are the ones that are making America better? Fuck yeah, dog.
Yeah, absolutely.
And because it works for both sides. It works for the tios and tias that really come here to work, so that, you know, the stereotype isn't, you know. And then it also it makes sure that there's a lot of crime in the States, and you know, we're I don't know how much illegal immigrants percentage of crime is at, but all, you know, it's not gonna make a big difference, but it'll make some difference. And I'm not saying that you know, by no means do I mean illegals or criminals. I'm talking about the homies who already fucked up and they knew. You know, the people who already got deported 3 times for 2 felonies and they crossed again. Like, come on, dog.
Yeah.
Let's keep it real. Like, those for you gangster with it. So be gangster when, you know, the consequences come. Like, what do you want me to do?
Repercussions.
We knew, dog. Like, you knew. But the truth, those are the people que no se agüitan with.
Yeah.
That's why it's citizens out there, because we want to change. We want something to change. We want some realistic immigration reform, dog. We want something to make it easier for you know, my jefita who works in fucking hotels, fool, and breaks her back with 15 checkouts a fucking day, and motherfuckers don't leave them no fucking tips, but you gotta leave waiters tips. These are the type of people, fool, who don't ask for more. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that are gonna better the economy, dog. Those are the people that are gonna make sure that our culture has that genuine vibration, dog.
Yeah,
that tia culture,
which
right?
is multi-ethnic backgrounds, and I'll say I'll speak on Mexicans. You know, for right here in California, bro, Mexicans are the backbone of California, dog.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
So.
Mexicans make California great, bro. You know what I mean? They make them great. Why? Because they take pride and they're grateful for jobs that a lot of Americans don't want to work, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? And they do them good, bro.
Yeah.
They're hard workers. You know what I mean? And those are the people you want. You don't want a spoiled American in these jobs, bro, because they ain't gonna do them right. They ain't gonna do them right the way. Call them an illegal immigrant, call them what you want. They're grateful to have this position because they're there to make their life and their family life better. It's a stepping stone for the next generation to raise up. I mean, what Mexicans do for California, man, is absolutely unbelievable. And hats off to those, bro, that have taken on these positions. Farm workers, bro, dishwasher, the taqueros. None of my taqueros are out right now, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, and we are spoiled with these accommodations that they bring to this country. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which is solid work, bro. It's solid work. You know,
it's beneficial to everybody.
Bro, you cannot say these motherfuckers aren't taking care of business and doing a great job for the U.S., bro. Even if you're on the Trump side, you got to give it to them, bro. Don't be so rigid, bro. Tell yourself, like, yeah, dog, like, I don't want my little sister or brother working that job because they spoiled as fuck them. They ain't going to do that job like the way a Mexican is going to do that job. You know what I mean?
Right.
And you got to give, man, you got to give credit where credit is due, man. And this has been, as long as I can remember, these individuals, once again, illegal immigrants, have held a lot of these positions. And even too, like this, let's think about this, bro, in the construction field, bro. And if you say you need something done very good at a low wage, bro, at a lower wage than, say, a union worker. You know what I mean? You're going to get the paisa homie down the street, bro. He going to come fucking hook the drywall up, frame the shit out, bro, and he's going to be within your budget, dog.
Right.
That's a solid right there, dog,
Right.
If you a homeowner, bro. You feel me? Like, motherfuckers really got to, like, think a little deeper than the surface, you know what I mean? Of the smoke screens that we're getting, man.
Especially here, like, in the States, dog, we're used to a certain accommodation to... Like, I used to take my hour lunch, 2 fucking breaks, right on time. You know what I mean? Like, I've worked with paisas, dog, to where it's like, in Berguisa, dog, it's like, fool, you got about 10 minutes to eat, dog.
Yeah.
And by the time you're still eating, our paisas are already putting back up drywalls. Like, we come to make money. We don't come to waste time. And that's when they work like that, fool, it's way beneficial, especially for housing, dog, especially for, like, construction, especially for, like, the fields. You know, these are people that do it con ganas, like they want to do it.
Yeah.
Not like, you don't see your American average, oh, man, I still got like 2 more fucking aisles of fucking tomatoes, dog. Like, I'm going to take a break. Like,
yeah.
That's us, dog, for real. So, I mean, yeah, dog, you're right. Let's at least acknowledge that shit, no matter what side you're on, is the blood, the oil of this machine is often the people who pick your food, the people who hospitality when you go somewhere, the people who are out there in the sun making sure that you don't have to fucking make whatever you're doing harder, you know what I'm saying? Fast food restaurants, these are things that, and now they're not taking kids, because I remember I heard people say that, oh, these are teenager jobs, that cut it out. Like, they're not taking teenager jobs,
bro. Well, for one thing, I don't want a bunch of teenagers working at McDonald's when I pull through to get motherfucking the Happy Meal for my kids, bro. I feel good when I see some hardworking ass Mexicans back there, because I know they take pride in making that.
Yeah,
Big
and
Mac.
I know what you mean,
right,
too,
bro. They're gonna do it right, bro. They're gonna abide by the rules of the company, and they're gonna get the job done right, bro.
Yeah,
that's just the truth of the matter, man. If you like to believe it or not, But let's do this. What I want to do is I want to get into a little of your story, bro, your upbringing and your background. Is that good with you, bro? You got time for that?
Oh, yeah.
Casey, let's run some ads. Let's take a break, and we'll be right back with Dwende, everybody. Thank you guys for tapping in. Shout out to all 535 people tapped in right here. Hit that like, hit that subscribe if you're not, bro. And, we with Hoodstocks right here, we for the people, bro. You know what I mean? And sometimes... when you're for the people, even me, bro, I'll be selfish, and I only think about what's going to directly impact my household, and I think that's human nature, and don't knock me for that, you know what I mean? As you can see, I came around to correct some of my bad, you know what I mean? I'm the only dude that always apologize about my bullshit, bro. I ain't got no problem doing that, dog, because I've been fucking up all my life, so I'm kind of used to just like, oh, look, that was a bad move, bro. You got to just like come clean on that shit, bro, you know what I mean? It is what it is. But yeah, Casey, let's get some ads in, baby.
All right. Let's get to it, guys. All right. All right, we're back. Shockaware. It's more than streetwear. It's a culture, lifestyle of individuality and self-expression. We need you to go to shockaware.com and use code HOODSTOCKS15. I'm telling you, shockaware.com. Use code HOODSTOCKS15. All right. Looking for some good quality cannabis? Killer quality cannabis. Hit up the folks at Killakush. They got everything. They specialize for bringing you best quality from OG to exotic. They got it all, baby. Hit them up at killakushcali@gmail.com. That's killakushcali@gmail.com. Or you can hit them up at Drip Fits Apparel in the city of Whittier for the latest Killakush merch and Hoodstocks merch, right? It's located at 13800 Leffingwell Road, Whittier, California. And you could also hit them up at killakush.Los Angeles and Killakush Official on Instagram, all right? Here we are. We're back again. We can't express this enough. Blue Magic Honey. I saw Lucky gave out a pack of Lux tattoos of that Thai black honey, bro.
Yeah,
damn.
He had some damage to do, bro. So, you know what I mean? I wanted to make sure he went in there correctly, you know?
Yeah, for sure. But Blue Magic Honey right here. All right, check it out. Royalty Honey. Check them out at royalhoneydeal.com. That's where you get all the exclusive packs. Besides the Blue Magic Honey, they got the black tie. I'm telling you, the black tie went crazy too. Their Instagram's at Real Honey Packs. And let me tell you guys, it's this simple, right? It'll make your thing harder than it's been in a while. Even if you think you don't need it, that's a damn lie. Once you smack one of these packs,
see these comments, bro.
It's safe to say you're gonna be all right.
It said Dwende thought the blue magic thing was Gogurt. These motherfuckers are savages, bro.
I when y'all get funny in the comments, dog, I like that shit.
Exactly, bro. I like it too, dog. They clown me like
actually, I thought it was a boo-boo-loo-boo, dog. If you know what a boo-boo-loo is, food from Mexico, dog, it's those little marshmallow fucking candies, food, yeah. But if you got Gogurts at your house, food, then that's cool too.
That's cool too. No hate. There you go.
Yo, well, shout out to these adult Gogurts right here. Blue Magic Honey. You can hit them up at royalhoneydeal.com or on Instagram, Real Honey Packs, all right? LA Peptides has all your weight loss needs, including Ozempic, Mounjaro, and their own proprietary pen. And it comes back with them. Bro, you almost fell. It comes back with a money back guarantee, all right? They may also have TRT, bro. Tap in with Ozempic Vince to answer all your questions, all right? That's 714-269-1900. That's Ozempic Vince, 714-269-1900, all right? Call in all bakers and chefs. Upgrade your kitchen with Origin Bakery equipment. Top quality ovens, mixers, and more at unbeatable prices. Perfect for your next culinary creation. Let me tell you, visit Origin today in the city of South El Monte or check them out online, Origin Bakery Equipment. Or you can call them or text them, 626-579-3580. That's Origin Bakery Equipment. All right. Hey, shout out to D. Leo the jeweler, right? Call him and text him right now. Buy, sell, trade. He's giving you the best price on gold in the market right now. That's what he's claiming. All right, on Instagram it's D Leo the jeweler, or you could call or text them at 323-899-0001. So check him out on Instagram. His Instagram's pretty cool. He's showing you that he's cashing people out for this gold right there on the spot, dude, with his meta glasses. So hey, you got some gold? Get top dollar with D Leo the jeweler. All right. Next up, we got the piping company. There's no shit they can't handle, all right? The plumbing, piping, and service, all right? 714. Yeah, don't call them after dark, though. You know what I mean? You call them between working hours,
hey,
right?
Fools in the comments are like, so they got pipas or what?
Plumbing, piping, and service. Not those pipes. Different pipes, all right? 714-468-2828. Or on Instagram, at The Piping Co., all right? At The Piping Co. Shout out to criminal defense attorney Doug Sherrod, right? That's KingKongLawyer.com. If you or your family need a criminal defense attorney, we pray they don't, but that's Doug Sherrod at KingKongLawyer.com. And shout out to Lux Tattoos, and shout out to www.50racks.com. Lucky, did you drop that merch today?
I got some merch dropping, and I got some new merch dropping in 2 days, 1 day, something like that. I got to go pick it up from the homie at the print shop, man.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yeah. Hey, Appreciate everybody tapping in right here.
That was the commercials right there. That fool gets down, dog.
Oh, yeah,
you should use them for like car auctions, dog.
Sold twice a
Hey, you memorize that whole shit for what?
Well, we've been doing it for so long, so yeah, some of them, and then someone kind of just ad lib on them.
Yeah, this was like a real commercial, like like that was dope.
Yeah, we got some great sponsors right here, and we're very, very blessed, man. And thank you, Casey, for that. Casey doesn't read super chats, only sponsors. Thank you for the $2, my dog.
Drill Site NYC, that's a lie. That's a goddamn lie.
Lucky did. Anyways, all right. So Dwende, I know you as a as a as a activist. You know what I mean. Have you always been doing activist type of stuff?
I've always tried to involve myself. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Believe it or not, dog, when I was young, like right when I got out of prison, like in 2003, I started working with these students from UNLV. Because I didn't know what to do. I just wanted to get involved. I knew that. And I started understanding more or less like behind the scenes of what activism is about.
Yeah.
It's a lot of politics and real activism, so
100%.
And then when we like in 2006, dog, I worked with you heard of Mecha?
I've heard of that, yeah.
Okay, so in Vegas they had some chapter Mecha. I don't know who the fuck they were. I just knew there were a bunch of college students.
Yeah.
And I got with them and we organized 2006 protests in Vegas, which was one of the biggest protests in Vegas. This was for SB 17, the bill.
You've been doing this for a long time, man.
I've been trying to get involved for a long time. Yeah. Like that's my, apart from the music, dog, that's my passion. That's why if you listen to my shit, I speak about our people. I speak about the struggle because, like, I grew up first generation, from here, dog. I'm an anchor baby, dog.
Explain what an anchor baby is.
Well, what they say, it's not I do it sarcastically because that's how they try to
Frame it.
disrespect the process. My mom, they weren't legal, dog. I'm the first generation that's born here legally, pretty much. My mom was illegal. She, she was crossing illegally. She crossed, born here. And everybody, like my abuelitos, I was raised by my abuelitos. They fixed their papers. Later on, everybody fixed papers,
Yeah.
But, yeah, that's the anchor baby.
How proud of you to be an American citizen, brother?
It took me a minute to appreciate it.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like
I think it's taken a lot of time for other individuals to appreciate their. Go ahead.
I mix I'm very proud to be Mexican, dog. I love my people, dog. I love the Mexican culture. I love Mexican music. I love Mexican food. I love Mexican language. I just love what the Mexican is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was never given the opportunity to appreciate like what America had to offer me, because I
took it for granted, maybe.
Well, because when I was young, I didn't. I closed all the doors, dog. I was committing crimes. I was in me. My world was only gangbanging. I did this whole working world, this whole bettering yourself, dog. Like staying at a fucking suite out on the beach, like that didn't exist to me, dog. That was out of my realm.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm saying? So when I used to see people do that on TV, I used to think like, well, that'll never be me anyways. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm here. This is what my world is. But as I grew up and I was able to appreciate where I came from, I used that to more appreciate what I had at the time. Because dog, when you locked up, fool, you could maintain with anything. You don't need much. Just like when I lived in Mexico, because I lived in Mexico for a while since I was, since they had me here, first generation. My jefe still lived in Juarez, dog.
Okay.
So as soon as I was born, we went back to Juarez, and that's where I grew up. So I know how it is also to grow up in a the old school Mexico houses, to where dog, we had to take a shower in baldes, dog. You put this like, it's like this size and shit, a tub, and one water was for you to rinse with soap, and you jump into the other tub, and that's how you rinse all the soap off. You know what I'm saying?
Sick, bro.
And that's how I grew up. So to me, when as I didn't have nothing in the States, like being locked up, I had more than what I had in Mexico. So I wasn't able to appreciate what was really here, dog.
Yeah.
To me, it was that world that was a little bit better than what Mexico had to offer as a kid. But fuck, as I grew up, dog, and then you have kids and you start seeing life, like you didn't die when you thought you were gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, dog, I was supposed to die 3 years ago, according to my, to what I was planning and plotting. Like, I'm not even, so Then you start seeing that you're getting older, and now you gotta adapt, fool. The same way you acted when you were young ain't working for you no more. It's closing doors. You know, it's not, your energy's off because you still got that dark fucking energy that you used to survive with, you know. So you end up growing out that shit. And that's when I started realizing, like, for you know how much fucking opportunity I got just because I'm a citizen, dog.
Yeah.
Like this country, it is a good, you know, like, it's a great country. For I love being American. Even when I go to Mexico, dog, everybody knows I love to be an American, dog. I love to be a Mexican descent, but I love to be an American citizen, because everybody has a past, right?
Yeah.
And everybody was part of this country becoming, like, growing. We're part of the growth here, and Mexicans are one of the biggest part of American growth.
100%.
You know, so when I see brown people who are proud to be American and neglect the fact that they're brown, that shit hurts, because it's like, you don't even know, fool, the fucking jewel that you are, dog. Just because of who you are, just because of your bloodline, just because of your descent, like where this is originally the land that we
inhabited.
Yeah, you know, we gave back to this land, we sacrificed for this land. We, you know, our people. I wasn't here, but
yeah,
you know, but it's like, I don't know, dog. So being American, dog, I think anybody who's, especially like from the background that we are, should very highly hold that shit like dear to heart, like proudly. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. And I think, to play the devil's advocate right here, and what you're talking about is, there's probably some Mexicans that are so appreciative of getting away from the struggle, the pain of maybe once upon a time ago in Mexico, that they continue to fight to get further away from maybe poverty or whatever they went through individually. You feel me? You know, and sometimes that blurs the lines, you know, and it may not necessarily, it's a psychological thing, you know. I mean, it may not necessarily be their fault, and you can't be too hard on those individuals, because they know what they know and they know what they feel, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now, say they're here and they're safe, they're being taken care of, you know what I mean? They have a good job that this economy has provided for them and their family, opposed to the experience that they had before, you know? So sometimes people try to run away so far away from their pain, they struggle, you feel me?
They try to act like it did, like it.
I'm not saying like they don't want
to
to act like they're not Mexican no more.
No, I mean like that the pain didn't exist. They want to. It's like a defense mechanism. You think?
I think so. Yeah, that too. Yeah, 100%.
That could be. That could be. You know what else it could be, dog? Is that, I don't know if you agree, but lack of you know, like brown education, Chicano education, like Mexican education, history, like there's not enough of that. And I think like in parts like Texas, dog, Texas is very American, but a lot of Texas really hides the contribution that Mexicans have to Texas, you know, and that have been had before it was actually America. So like the lack of education of somebody knowing what their people have been through doesn't even give them a possibility to be proud, because it doesn't exist. If they don't know it, it doesn't exist, you know. So that's why it's important. Like for me, dog, like I talk to my daughters, you know, and I tell them the real stories from both sides, because I don't want my daughters to grow up looking at shit biased either, you know. They got to be able to defend themselves against facts. So I don't lead nobody to be no side of any politic. I just, even my own faults, like you said, like when it's our fault, we got to say like, hey, I fucked up.
Well, sometimes people aren't, so we have a different perspective as being gang members. We're proud of pain. You know what I mean? Like the homie that got shot a bunch of times, he gets
That's fucking true, dog.
He gets respect, bro.
Yeah.
He gets respect, dog. You know what I mean? And he survived that shit. Like
Right.
people's pain in the gang world is people's pride, bro. How much time you do? I done one more time to you. I was like, all right, dog, well, you got that one up on me. Yeah. And so in the gang culture, that is that's a notch on the belt. But in the outside of the gang culture, maybe some people aren't proud of a pain that they once experienced in Mexico, which might have been poverty, it might have been adversity in different areas. You know,
I didn't look at it like that, but yeah, you may be right. Like there's this, and like I said, when I say I don't like, you know, I don't hate them. Those people, it's like it.
I don't hate them
either,
either,
hurts. Bro. It hurts to see that, because if you only knew like the type of person you are just by nature, like you would be so much prouder of yourself, and you could still be a proud fucking American, like to, hardcore,
Mexican
but just
American,
also
yeah.
understand that you're one of those Americans that contributed because of different reasons.
Well, I think
you know?
I think in a sense, bro, and I think history has taught us this since Cortez invaded, Aztlan, you know what I mean? Like, we are our worst enemies, you know what I mean? Cortez would have not been able to invade and taken over, you know what I mean, without the neighboring tribes. And those neighboring tribes were Mexicans, bro.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's hella true, yeah.
So sometimes Mexicans are Mexicans' biggest fucking hater and biggest
That's
downfall.
a big topic. That really is a big topic. And how do we do that? How do we fix that? How do we bridge that? I'm gonna be quite fucking honest with you. I don't think that's gonna get fixed anytime soon.
Well, Angel Cortez he's an Army Ranger. He's a proud Mexican. He got basically let go from his job. He resigned, bro. He trains police officers, agents of all the areas, you know what I mean? He's born and raised in Santa Ana, first generation. But now he's out there on the protest, bro. He's out there with a truckload of food to help, you know what I mean? Like, he's a good dude, bro. But he said the problem with us is we don't have no leaders, bro.
Yeah.
Like the blacks, bro, they had Martin Luther King, they had Malcolm X. I mean, you can go on and on about all the leaders that they have had to represent them and their oppression, their movement, bro. You know what I mean? Who does Mexicans have, bro?
They got Eva Longoria, apparently. That's it.
Eva Longoria.
But you feel what I'm saying? There's no leaders.
Everybody trying to be a leader represents a certain organization, and that's what sucks, because you see this even in the entertainment world. You see organizations that don't support other organizations just because of the organization. It has nothing to do with the cause. It's the organization that did it. So I think we fuck each other up because we all try to be part of something instead of just everything be part of the same thing. Like, I don't know how to explain it. You want to be part of a group instead of being part of the truth. And if we all just went after the truth, we wouldn't need no groups, because everybody would be after the same mission. Yeah. But a lot of us, especially Mexicans, dog, try to fit in to make ourselves secure, especially the people who don't want nothing to do with this shit.
And at the end of the time, at the end of the day, that's just basically a survival tactic.
It's a human survival tactic.
It's tribal, bro.
Yeah.
Even if it's going against your own people, like, people are.
And that's what I mean. Is it gonna get fixed? I don't think it could be fixed.
They're gonna fend for themselves. You know what I mean? They're gonna fend for themselves. And
well, just remember, like, everybody out there. I mean, it's just me and Lucky here, dog. Like, it's just us. But at the end of the day, dog, like the power is in this. Maybe we got more haters than supporters, dog. But I guarantee you, dog, that the little bit of supporters, dog, are way more powerful than the many haters that we got. So our duty and our fucking goal is to get you guys involved. We are not these people that know exactly what the fuck to do, but what we do know is that we want to do something, and we want to do something that's going to be the right move, the safe move, peaceful, and especially in these hard fucking times. So you guys right now are really the ones that matter. You know what I mean? Like help us help others.
Yeah.
You guys are numbers. You know what I'm saying? And whether you like me or you don't like me or whatever the case is, if you agree with me, let's mobilize. Let's get up. Let's do something. Whatever the fuck we can do. I don't give a fuck what it is. Let's just do it. Igual, if you don't like me and you disagree with me, then also, if you really feel that passionate about what you believe, then get up and do something about it too. But in the meantime, if you don't agree with me, don't waste your time trying to convince me.
And I seen that too in the comment section. You weren't fucking biting the bait, bro. Because people were going at you. I seen you left a comment, bro, and people were going at you. And you're just like, nah, bro. You want to holler at me? You gonna holler at me in person, bro. Like, you were real one for that. I seen that, bro.
I love to have.
People want to battle in comments. You know what I mean? They want to, like.
And most of those people don't have the energy to get up out of their house and put their phone down in the first place.
And they're probably not. Most of them are not doing absolutely shit, bro.
Right. The people that really are passionate about what they believe in are not gonna type shit. They're gonna get up and do something about it. And that's why I encourage you. Like, I encourage you guys, if you don't agree with me, get up and do something about your shit. But all this wasting your time on me, it feels stupid. Like, I feel dumb with you. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not like yeah, sometimes I might just troll, sometimes, but for the most part, all you people who are on here, like on a positive vibe, dog, like Lucky's getting involved, I'm getting involved. You got a lot of people that get involved. Incluso, you said you had some bags of clothes for the donations. So what we're doing right now, I got a bunch of people in car clubs in Vegas, Del Valle, Big O, Dub City, Boss Vallero, Casa de Desayuno, Angel the Tech. All you guys help me bring a bunch of donations down here to well, we dropped them off in LA. They're going to Tijuana on Thursday. I just got involved. Like I said, a lot of us don't know what to do, but when you find something that's going down like this, get involved if you can. I just got involved, so anybody that wants to get involved with that, what we're doing is we're taking clothes, mostly shoes, trying to come up on backpacks, stuff that when the people that are getting deported through Tijuana, the ones that are making it, to deportation, a lot of them don't have shoes. A lot of them don't have like things that they can, just put on their back so that they can get to their house. If you guys want to take part in those, Lucky's gonna leave you guys information as well. Also, you could DM me if you're in Vegas, if you're in LA. That's the type of mobilization we're trying to do. Also, anybody else that has ideas or resources or even connects to where we can get shit to Tijuana, hit us up. We're open to work with anything that's positive. We're not wasting our time on anything negative. At this point, there's enough of that going on. Just we're gonna use our platforms, and you guys use your platforms too. Use your ability to move around and your passion for the culture. That's what we're doing around here.
When you from the side of town that we from, in regards to that street style, that lifestyle, you know what it is. I don't want to say the 4-letter word. Right. Because. Anyways, but people say, don't talk about it, be about it. I'm all about putting my money where my mouth is. So
Right.
That's just a little small contribution, brother.
Okay.
To what you're doing, dog. Use it for gas money. Use it because also too, bro. You can donate to Dwende, bro. Everything, but at the same time, like for what he's doing, but also donate to help him make these moves. Like, do you need gas money? Bro?
We look right now, like how it is. Fool, we make it happen.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. But I could come down here certain times a week, certain times of this. Right now, we got so many people involved that I'm trying to, and we got other people that are driving. It's not just gonna be me. We're trying to make 2-3 trips a week. We're trying to get enough clothes so that right now we only got clothes going to Tijuana on Thursdays. We're trying to make 3 trips to Tijuana because there's so much donations coming in. There's so many people that need it. So like I said, it's not just the money, you guys, it's your time. If you guys know somebody who could drive to Tijuana and make another trip apart from the people we already got going, and sign up. If you guys, like the homie, like this is all, the homie from Big O, let me borrow his van. Shots out, Big O from Del Valle. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't gonna fit in a rental. We had a bunch of shit. The homie said, "Take my van." Full boom. Everybody's like very, very ready to help out, dog. And that's with everything going on and the 80% of fucking haters and negative vibrations we got, man. Like this 20% of people that are really ready to say fuck everybody else. Here's me. Man, I love you guys for that, and it's everybody who supports me, dog. Every time I do a movement like this, is overwhelming in a good way. The amount of support that people,
absolutely, bro.
Me dan and shit. So thank you for that.
It's only $100, bro.
No, it's whatever we can use to come back. That's
exactly.
What it is.
So use that for your gas and your food while you're doing, bro. You know what I mean? And I got some stuff in my trunk for you for that.
Yeah. Let's get that. And I think you said somebody else. Also in the comments, if you guys got donations, if you're in LA, I'll pick them up today, or I'll give you an address where you could drop them off tomorrow. But other than that, man, if you guys got any more fucking ideas, I'm here. I'm ready.
Yeah, let's do. You know what? Let's. We're on this vibration right now. Let's. We're gonna have to bring you back for your story, bro, for a separate thing. Let's open up the phone lines right now.
Yeah,
bro,
let's do that.
because people want to talk to you, dog.
Let's do that. Let's
go.
Let's open up the phone lines, dog.
Got it. Phone lines right now.
Lucky has clothing line perfect for the cause. Donate the clothes to the people, Lucky. So my I have a clothing line, bro, and the clothing line is just like, you know what I mean, basically almost like a pre-order right now, you know what I mean? It's very minimal, dog. I don't hold a big stock no more. I mean, even when I thought it was a big stock, it's not really a big stock in regards to like a big thriving company.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And you know what? I'm gonna be honest, because I got shirts too, but that's not always the case, right? Like, you don't just want to give. We have a style, and if you get like right now, if you give people the wrong shirts, also I don't want to give my shirts because it looks a little like baggy down there. So I just don't want people to not want them, like the paisas that are getting deported.
Yeah. You
not
don't
want them because of what it is. So it's like, I don't know.
No, 100%. I feel that. Hey, you're on Hood Stocks. Talk to us.
What's up, homeboy?
What's your name? Where you calling from, brother?
Josh, man, from San Antonio, Texas, baby.
Hey, let's go. Texas in the house.
So I got into the story a little late, you know what I mean? Had to do some things with the wifey and stuff, but so what's the cause for the homeboy that for the clothes and stuff?
So what we're doing is we're trying to make sure that people in Tijuana. Shout out to the homie Spanky 572 that's in Tijuana from Deported Life, and the church. He's working with a church, or he's working with. I forgot who he's working with. Somebody over there, but they're making sure that as people get deported, and they go to that facility, they have clothes to pick from, ya sea para kids, ya sea para señora, señor. I'm trying to get mostly shoes because what I do here is that a lot of people end up getting there with no shoes. But, it's a small movement, dog. It's used clothes. People are just, instead of taking it to fucking Goodwill or whatever, it's just people just putting them in bags, and people from the team are picking them up. Sometimes I'll go pick them up. And, it's just like even shit that you don't want, bro. That, back in the days, we used to take clothes to Mexico, dog. We used to have all our cousins dressing in their shirts and shit. So it's basically the same type of movement.
Yeah, man, that sounds like a good call, man. So, are you originally from where? Las Vegas?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm originally from Texas, dog. Chuco Town, El Paso.
Oh, Tucota, yeah. I'm from Texas, yeah. Yeah, man. That's a good call, man. Yeah, you see in Piedras Negras, man, and
okay.
I just want to know, if you got Cash App, where can I send the money to,
Yeah. If you want, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna DM me right now, dog, to my IG, and I'm gonna set up a GoFundMe page, and then I'll send you the link immediately. Jug, it's my homie Jug right there. He takes care of a bunch of technical
Sometimes,
shit. So I want to set up one right now, and we can.
Gotcha, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, like I said, man, we this is just an idea, dog. This is just the beginning of shit. So if all you guys got ideas, man, or you got already some movement or something organized that we can get together and help out, let it, spit it.
Hey, appreciate you calling, bro. So this is my mindset sometimes, and this might be the Jew in me. Rabbi Lucky donates Casey's paycheck. Casey gets paid good right here. Don't play with. He gets a journeyman's wage right here.
Hell yeah.
And then I seen another come on and say the homie Hank said, Lucky, get donations from your synagogue.
Hell yeah.
You know what, bro? I studied the Torah on my own, bro. And the crazy thing about synagogues is you have to pay like a gym membership, bro, to go to a synagogue, bro. It's not like a Christian church, bro, where you can just pull up and just be cool like that. Synagogues, real Jews, right? And you got to pay to get into the door.
You registered and everything, huh?
Yeah, bro. It's crazy the way that works.
Cool.
I'm a little in disagreement with that, but whatever. It is. No, it's real. You can't walk into a synagogue.
Do you got a membership or no?
No, I don't have a membership. Bro, I have a membership. My membership is directly to God, bro.
Right.
You feel me? Right. Like if I feel like I gotta pay to pray, homie.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? No.
Hey, but you know what? Being Jewish does come with a lot of benefits, dog.
Well,
I'm just saying.
It's 0% freaking interest loans.
Yeah.
It's like this, bro. When I'm around Jews, I'm Mexican, bro. You know what I mean? They're like, get your Mexican ass out of here. When I'm around Mexicans, they like, get your Jewish ass out of here.
Right,
You know how it goes,
Yeah.
bro. And that's created my thick skin.
At least you got cards though. You can pull your Jewish card whenever you want.
Yeah, and I don't know how much. I don't know how much weight it's gonna hold and shit. You know what I mean?
Because you're not registered. That's why. You gotta register.
It all goes back to the papers thing.
yeah,
there you
let's
go.
see your
And you're-
paperwork.
You're an undocumented Jew, fool. Damn.
Let's
Take you back to Israel, dog.
Hey, you know what? I would love to go to Israel.
Hey, in
bro.
another lifetime, fool, I wouldn't mind being Jewish, dog. But like, not in the fucking Hitler days. Like today's days.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
I
Because
don't know.
they own a lot
That's
of
just
the.
a thought.
On top
fool.
of the
That's
game
just a
days
thought.
now.
Yeah. Like with them Jewish people that own like.
All of Beverly
Stuff.
Hills.
Yeah, and there was somebody saying that Lucky's bop. Oh, Jews love Lucky and Drake. Get the fuck out.
You got Drake on here?
There was someone put a comment that Lucky's someone Crazy Gideon's. Bro, I used to work at Crazy Gideon's, and my pops was homies with Crazy Gideon. Anyways, it's an old electronics store that used to be in downtown LA, bro, and he used to do
Fire
commercials. Yeah, absolutely, brother. Here we go, right here. Where we at? So if you're calling no caller ID, bro, I'm not gonna answer it. So just call with your regular phone number.
Prank callers and shit.
Yeah, you know, it's just weird, bro. You call no caller.
We're not gonna
ID.
call you back, dog.
100%. Like they
Fools are really pushing *67 on their shit or what?
look at this blowing up. No caller ID. No caller ID.
Did you guys see what happened in MacArthur Park today? All the
Yeah, I was watching that shit.
footage of the.
It was just like you said. It was a photo op, right?
Yeah, it looked like a photo op. They didn't. I don't know as of right now. I don't know if they got anybody, but I know that there was activists down there that went 30 minutes before to try to clear the park.
Border
from
Patrol. Even Karen Bass pulled up.
Yeah.
Try to tell them to get out.
People. Yeah, they didn't.
Seemed like they were kind of just doing like a exercise or something.
Lucky got a yarmulke underneath that hat. Lucky considers Ron Jeremy the Jewish hero.
Hey, did you have a bar mitzvah, fool?
No, I didn't have it, but no, I didn't have one.
Nah,
bro.
you gotta
because my family's broken up, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
I was raised on.
I would have hit up my Jewish family though, like yo, y'all gonna hit me?
So
set me up?
my Jewish family, my pops came out here, but my Jewish family's on the East Coast, bro. Yeah. They're all on the East Coast, and
Yeah, that's where
they
most-
got fucking money,
I bet.
bro. But I got no relationship with them, dog. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Until now.
No, not even. Lucky runs a bagel food truck. These motherfuckers. Is that, hey,
that you guys?
Chunky, is that you over there, bro?
Shout out to Chunky Dog, fucking Jay Amador. Shout out to Big Jug.
Absolutely, dog. You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us. You're live
Hey,
on
you hear
Hoodstocks.
me?
Yes, sir. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, Frankie from Vegas.
What up, Frankie?
What up? What up? Hey, bro. On some real shit, I wanted to talk to you about that Vegas thing with the protest,
What's up?
bro.
Which
So,
one?
I you know the one. Do you remember the cop that grabbed you?
There was like fucking 7 of them.
I talked
Were
to
you
one
with
of
me
them.
or what?
No, they stopped us, but I talked to the one, and I don't know if you remember him, but we had a long conversation about that night. And he felt like shit when you guys were talking to each other. I don't know if you remember that night.
The one with the gas mask?
Yeah,
He was a sergeant.
He felt like shit, bro, because we were all talking. We saw you post it. And
Yeah,
all the homies were
so
like, fuck.
I was talking to that sergeant like probably seconds before it happened, dog, and he was a sergeant. He was an older cat, and I'm telling him like, what are you like? Why are you not helping the people? I don't know his name. I didn't catch his name. He had a gas mask, but you know when you see that not all cops are bad, when you say that, me and him had that conversation, and I told him he didn't agree with what was going on. He's like, I'm just doing my job, and I'm like, you know that there's 80% bad cops around you. It makes you and everybody around you bad cops too, because you're not stopping it. You're a sergeant, you know what I'm saying? Like lead the example, you know what I mean? Like you're you know, the people under you are watching you, dog, and whatever you do, they're gonna mimic it. They're gonna follow your orders, so at least help us. And yeah, dog, that sergeant was, you know, he was real heartfelt about it. So right after that is when everybody got fucked up. So I didn't see him no more.
I just want to say, hey, what you're doing right now is good shit, homie, for the Rasa. Just keep it up. You too, Lucky. I appreciate you guys for doing this.
Likewise, brother. Thank you, dog.
Yeah, gracias, dog. Much
you're-
love. Thank you
you're-
for calling.
You're on Hood Stocks. Talk to us.
Hello, what's cracking, Lucky? Hey, what's up, Duende?
What's up, dog? What's this?
Hey, animo. This is Tecmo, homeboy.
Okay.
I'm calling from San Gabriel Valley. I just want to say, hey, carnal, I've been a fan of yours since the 28 podcast, homeboy.
Hell yeah,
You know, since you
okay.
came out on Rhodium Radio, homie. I've been following you since then, dog. You remember that little diss you made for that I don't know, that one llanta that made that song, 1, 2, 3, 4, that stupid rola.
Yeah. It's called Respeto, yeah.
Then, homie. Yeah, con todo respeto, homie. Ever since then, homie, I'm like, I've been following you and fucking with you ever since then, homie.
Yeah, no, that
So
song
this
that
very
you're
day,
talking about is called Respeto. I made it when
Yeah.
when they were talking. You know how when people, I don't know, dog, it's very different when people do songs about the culture, but it's like funny. They clown it. You know, that's what that shit was about.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dog. Around that time, homie, you came out,
I wanna hit this one.
respeto, there you go. Yeah, I listen to it all the time, homie.
That's what's up, perro. Yeah, I
big love.
appreciate you.
Hey, animo, homeboy, you just gotta stand with
Yeah.
our people, homie. United we stand, united we
Ya
fall.
sabes,
Hey, my
carnal.
boy, there's too many of us, homie. They can't get rid of us all, dog.
Yeah,
They
nah.
can't stop us, homeboy.
That's
They
what's
can't,
up.
homeboy.
That
You know?
energy right there, dog. That's that energy.
Brown United, homeboy.
Hell yeah.
Arriba, homie. Arriba, Mexico, homeboy.
Salud, big
Arriba,
dog.
Guerrero. Hi, that's where my people's from, homie.
Hell yeah.
Hey, Lucky.
Yes, sir.
Hey, when you can't look, hey, find me a copy of the Scum CD, por favor, homie. I want to add that shit to my select, homie.
Got
I'll
you,
fucking cash app or time you, homie.
You say
Give
you're
me
gonna burn you a
19,
CDR, dog.
por favor, compa.
Got you, my dog.
Yeah,
Appreciate
homie.
you, brother. Love,
All
bro.
right,
Much
man.
love, dog.
Hey, man, Rocco, man.
Salute,
Hey.
dog. Salute.
Hey, you're on Hood Stocks. Talk to us.
Hey, what's up, Lucky? How y'all doing?
Very well. What's your name? Where you calling from, brother?
Adrian, homie, standing good. Hey, you know the teacher today? So, do you remember that fool I used to call all the time and he used to say he wanted to wrestle with canine?
Yeah.
Fucking,
Big Will.
you think that motherfucker got locked up on purpose when you heard canine got picked up, bro?
Possibility, yeah, for sure.
Nah, just kidding. Hey, I mean, fucking keep up the good work, big dog. Just call it bullshit a little bit, but Dwende, homie, fucking keep doing your thing, big dog, and
I will, dog. Gracias.
Give you that.
Much
Even
love,
if the
dog.
little light flickers, homie, eventually it'll become a fucking full-on flame, my boy. So
You
keep
know?
your head up, big dog, and fucking, we're right here, my boy.
Yes, sir. Ya estás, carnal. Thank you.
Salud.
Appreciate it.
All right, man. You guys, how doing?
You too, brother. Thank you.
Said even if the light flickers, it'll become a flame. That's it.
Yeah, some poetry right there, though. Oh, shit. Let me get these calls, though.
Shakespeare, dog.
Shakespeare. you fuck with any? I mean, when you get on YouTube, what do you do on YouTube, bro? Like, I mean, do you go down the rabbit hole of anything?
I think I do the rabbit hole on fucking TikTok or Instagram. On YouTube, I just put beats sometimes, or I watch. You know what? I don't know why, dog. I've been watching like a lot of like cops type shit, like police chases. I don't know, dog. I've been fucking getting high and watching police chases. Like, I would have done this and I would have done that.
Let me get this call right there. It's Milton right here. Milton, what up, my dog?
What's good?
What's up, dog? You talk to us.
Yes, sir. Yo, this is Milton from Las Vegas. Yo, I just wanted to tap in. I know he was talking. Just want to, offer a good way to bring in donations with my tech background. I can, whip up a website to allow people to donate because GoFundMe be taking the arm and the leg. You feel me?
Right,
when
right.
it comes to the money and shit. So, being from Vegas as well, I'd love to just like support and push that movement to just allow more people to donate.
That's what's up, man. Like, hell yeah, I appreciate that shit. How about if you go to my Instagram and you drop me a DM and drop me your number, I'll get a hold of you probably by tonight. I go back to Vegas. I'll be there in the morning, but we could sit down and think of ways that we could come together and benefit from what we already got going on. Because we need that technical part. It's just a bunch of hood motherfuckers that know a bunch of motherfuckers that, So yeah, we always need that.
This is
like
Steve Jobs' little homie right here. I was just
okay,
in Vegas with him, bro.
oh, little Steve Jobs.
I'm gonna be posting his promo video on my Instagram tomorrow. So if you don't see his DM, you'll see the video that I put up.
Okay,
Yeah.
nah, you
Milton,
gonna DM
appreciate
me
you.
right now as soon as you can, dog. Appreciate that, man.
No,
That's
definitely, definitely, man. I just want to tap in just to, allow my services to help our people. You feel me?
no,
That's-
most
that's
definitely,
how
most
it's
definitely
built.
appreciate it. That's what
All
we
right,
need
y'all.
right
Well,
there.
yeah, definitely. Well, I'll let y'all go, but y'all have a good night, and then
Yeah, you
know
too.
what I'm saying? Keep doing your thing.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Appreciate you, Milton.
And that's what it's about. Like, you know, it's not about, man, sometimes it's just the smallest way that you can help out, you know, just everything helps. Everything, what type of skill you got, even if time, man, just time. You ain't, you know, a fucking 20-minute drive might help. Take some shit. So I don't know. Just if you want to get involved, there's ways, man. And I mean, I'm just trying to come up with ideas, Lucky. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what I'm doing, dog.
Hey, Miguel Romo, I appreciate that, dog. Stopping by, supporting the channel with $100. I appreciate you, my dog. That's love right there, bro.
There you go.
Yeah, I just got my $100 back that I just gave.
That's dope.
Hey, bro. Sometimes it be like that, bro. You give your last $100 bill up, bro. You know what I mean? That shit will come right back to you.
Yeah.
That's karma. That's energy. That's frequency, dog. You know what I mean? Like, do good, bro. And it's gonna come back to you 100%. Everybody hit that like button, man. Hit that like button and let's get this in the algorithm. So what I was trying to say earlier, bro, before I lost my train of thought was this. So protesting is a form of obviously opposing the oppression, right? Opposing, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
What is it, the First Amendment or something like that?
Yeah.
But sometimes I think a little deeper, and I'm like, well, you know, we can protest, but this administration is gonna do what they're gonna do, bro. And it's all we're gonna do is we might stall some of it, we might get some people to be able to get away from it, and that's good, bro. You know what I mean? That's good. But ultimately, my first thought, bro, was like, well, how can we help the people, which you're doing already, that already got deported, bro?
Right.
You know what I mean? And the American dollar goes a long ways in Mexico, I believe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's like, I think right now 18 pesos the dollar.
Okay. And what would
it's
18?
a slight difference because I mean it's probably like 60% of the price of whatever you're gonna pay in the United States is gonna cost you 60% of that in Mexico. So you are saving, but it's not like everything's dirt cheap. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Especially in Tijuana, dog. Tijuana thinks they're part of California and shit.
And so my thing is like,
You still smoking or?
yeah. My thing is this, bro. Like, we know that what the problem is, the solution, bro. You can help the people, bro, that are being deported, and all of a sudden, you know, they may not have family out there. You know what I mean?
Right.
They may not have nowhere to go. You know what I mean? So we need to figure out ways to get the money over to the right people. You know what I mean? So they can, you know, establish something. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, and that's my thought process.
There's organizations down there. Again, like, I do a lot of shit personally, dog, because when you involve sometimes organizations,
you don't know where the money's going to go.
Yeah. So I don't like to involve big organizations unless I trust them. I don't know any organizations in Tijuana that I could vouch for to the public and be like, yo, these people. But I am looking, you know what I'm saying? Because the movement does need to become bigger than just us, you know? You know, because a lot of people sometimes don't have time. A lot of times people don't have money. A lot of times people don't have the tools and shit. But all together, dog, little by little, dog, es un pinche grano de arena, dog. Like, I don't know. That's like I said, I don't know what I'm doing. I just know that we gotta do something.
Exactly.
So if you guys got ideas, man, I'm not close to any ideas. But if you don't agree with me, send this $400 if you don't agree with me, dog. Or else
Yeah.
Just saying, fool. Money where your mouth is, dog.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, the show me state, you know what I mean? And that's the problem with a lot of the internet. Everybody's got big mouths on there, but their actions are showing otherwise from their words.
Right.
You know? Like everybody's got an opinion. Everybody's got something to say, bro.
Yeah.
And it's I get it. It's the internet. It's Instagram. It's this. It's that. And it's so much fun to just talk shit. You know what I mean?
It gives people the freedom to do it. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like, and the reason I don't, you know, I troll people sometimes because at the end of the day, it's like, I'm from an era, dog, where anything that you really had to say, like, you had no choice but to say it in person.
Yeah.
Because we weren't really on the phones like that.
Yeah.
You know, you couldn't talk shit on a pager.
Yo.
Remember the G line?
Can you hear me?
What up, dog? What up? Who's this?
Hey, what's up?
Where you calling from?
Duende, picture GP from Chicago, dog.
Oh, what's up, G? What's cracking?
Chicago.
What's up, dog? Hey, dog.
Chi-town, Chirac.
HP 630, homie, Hanover Park, homie.
That's what's up.
Say what's up, bro. Hey, it's damn. Dog, I didn't even know you motherfuckers gonna take my call, dog.
He wasn't ready, dog.
Are
Like,
you,
you
are,
actually,
you, are you a fan?
Hey.
Are you a fan of Duende's music, brother?
Hey, when it comes down to the one in top 3, rock dog.
Hey,
that's what's up,
Espanol.
dog.
Yo,
Hell
yo,
yeah.
yo.
Chicano Rob, dog.
Appreciate that. What part of Chicago you at, Wayne?
Estamos acá en pinche HP, dog, Hanover Park. HP 630,
Oh,
homie.
okay. Yeah, I fucking, Chicago's dope, dog. I got a lot of homies in Chicago, fool. Speedy was cracking, dog. Fucking, we got a studio down there in Chicago, too. So I know, like, much love, dog. I like how y'all carry yourselves down there, dog. It's
No,
dope.
Simón, dog. I
Culture.
just wanted to say, dog, pinche rolas con el pinche Cid, güey. ¿Cuándo vas a sacar rolas con el Cid, güey?
I got one with him.
No, sí, yo sé, güey, pero y ese pinche Cid va de su vida, compa.
Yeah. No, ahí tenemos unas, güey. Yo regreso para México, probably like in a couple weeks y empezamos a jalar con todos los de Somos Osos otra vez, güey.
No,
So-
sí, esos pinches somos osos. Hey, dog, I keep up with all that shit, dog.
That's what's
Rapping
up, dog.
Espanol right now, bro. That's it, homie.
Yo. Yeah, thank you for supporting, dog. Appreciate you, homie.
No, Simón, también saludos para el pinche el Tony, güey. También ese güey es un camarada, güey, because he's the one that sent me the number to call, dog.
Oh, okay.
Ando bien pinche pedo,
Saludos,
güey, but
Tony.
it's like, man, pinche duende, güey. Damn, homie. You making some moves, homie.
Alright.
Respeto, compa.
Hell yeah, G. Gracias,
some
güey.
real
Thank you
shit,
for
dog.
supporting, homie.
Absolutely, brother.
Órale, pues,
Blessings,
pinche
fool.
Lucky.
Blessings.
Hey, be
Respect
easy, my
you,
dog.
homie.
Absolutely, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Hey, you're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
One of us lucky with baby oil.
Oh, there it goes, bro. There it goes. There that guy goes. He's
Too
still
late.
he's not in jail with K9.
That shit was weird. What the fuck was that?
Yeah, he's
Yeah. I'm like, fool, was I too high for that shit?
nah.
can't hear.
Nobody. I mean, you never too high for a little bit of baby oil. Ain't that right, Chunky? Look at Chunky. Chunky cold as fuck, bro.
You called, Wayne?
What size that? What size that T-shirt? What size that T-shirt?
7X.
7X, homie. Damn, it's a good number right there, dog.
Shaka, homie.
Shaka.
Shaka.
Hey.
Shout out to Shaka for making 7X for the homies. What size are you?
8X, dog.
8X,
7X,
damn.
8X.
Dwende
Shouts out
pulled
to
in
the
with the
hoods.
big bodies right here,
I'm
bro.
just saying, dog. It was windy, fool. I'm not getting taken by the wind, fool. Okay. Both the homies, dog.
And what's funny is when I went out there and Dwende got out the driver's side of his van, and then the side door opened up, and here came Chunky rolling out of that bitch.
Basically, yeah, he was sleeping. He was laying down back there, dog.
Bro, he was laying back there like a pallet of bricks.
And then homie Jug got out of the passenger side.
Yeah, bro, I don't know how the fuck that fool got out the passenger side, bro. What the fuck, bro? I mean, he was basically sitting on you, huh?
Shout out to all the big homies out there, dog. We
Absolutely.
got 7X's, 8X's, all that shit.
Excellent. Yeah. Hey, you're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
Suck it, stomps.
Wow. These are grown men calling in and doing this.
He's a grown man, bro.
Dog.
Yeah,
That's
he's a
amazing.
grown man. Yeah, let's go right here. These are the fools that you're getting in arguments with in the comments. Hey, you're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
I'm speaking for all Chicano men, Hispanic, Mexican, whatever. We need to go ahead and take back our Latina women because it seems like whenever I go out, they're always with some black shit. But, you know what I'm saying? I think black women love the chorizo just as much. You dig? Love.
Yeah, I feel it. I
He
feel it.
spit
Right here.
half facts.
Dog, he just dropped the mic?
Yeah, he dropped
Nah.
the mic, dog.
You heard what he said? Okay. Do you
He
want to
said
elaborate or
he
should we
said
just...
black women love chorizo.
Right.
Well, no, we'll talk about it right now. Yeah, you're on Hoodstocks.
Still
Talk
haven't
to us.
seen one black taco shop yet.
Dog, these are the people that you argue with in the comments right here. Buenas tardes.
Okay, that's it. So I think there's so many Latinas out here. You know what I mean? Can you imagine if, well, let's look at it like this, bro. What if Africa was on the border instead of Mexico, bro?
Yeah.
You know how many Mexicans be fucking black chicks out here, bro? A lot of them, bro, because there's not enough black dudes for them. You know what I mean? So it is what it is out here. You see black dudes with Chicanas, Mexicanos sometimes
Right.
because, you know what I mean? You know, they just...
That's the topic. I'm just like, I'm blown away because it's like, we were talking about like real deep topics.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, dog? And like people are like getting deported and
Yeah, and that's his
and
concern.
it was a dope speech though. Like the context of it is what I'm too high for this shit, dog.
Yeah.
Dog, this fool said he introed like this. He goes, "I'm speaking for all Chicanos." And then move forward with the thing, right? Said his speech and dropped the fucking mic, fool. He didn't wait for no approval, no fucking.
He didn't need an approval.
Okay, dog.
Yeah.
Whatever you believe in, see, that's what I say. Whatever you believe in, do something about it.
Yeah.
Homeboy did something about it. He called us, stated his cause. What's up? Who's on the line? My bad, dog.
No, you're good, bro. You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
Taking out, just like answering Lucky's phone. And
No,
shit.
you're good, bro. You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us. The stage is yours, brother. Go ahead, brother.
What's up, man?
What up, dog? What's your name? Where you
what's
calling
up?
from?
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we want to be on live.
Yeah, you're on the live right now, bro.
Say what's up.
You turn down your radio, dog.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. Got to turn the podcast
Oh, wait,
on the
turn
back.
it down, turn it down.
Yeah, turn it down.
your
there.
radio.
Turn down your radio.
You hear me? Nobody caught that. Dog.
I got it, but I was
You can tell,
letting you
you
live,
can tell
dog.
how old I am, dog.
Wait, can you hear us?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
Can you hear us?
Yeah, we can hear you, bro. What's up?
Oh, hey, what's up? What's up, dude? We're from Cabo over here. Listening to it.
Cabo, Mexico.
Cabo San Lucas.
That's right.
Oh, you're out there enjoying. You're okay. You're out there enjoying the fucking life. You're living the American dream, dog.
Yeah. We love you guys.
Man,
you,
I
bro.
appreciate
Love you
you.
too,
Hey,
bro.
let me ask you a question. You're down there in Cabo. What's going on with all these protests? Is that true, or have you seen any of that going on over there?
No, it's no protest. It's like a division over here. The two cities.
Yeah, pero there's protests about, I guess, gentrification.
That was in Mexico City.
Right, but that happens to spilled out to, because I know Cabo San Lucas is a very tourist area. Nah, they ain't gonna let it happen, huh? Because it's more tourist.
You have to different. We're over here. We got the difference between the chapitos and the mayos.
Okay, yeah. No, yeah. Enough said.
Appreciate you calling, brother.
Thank you, man. Appreciate you.
You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
Yo, Thoughts.
Yo, what up?
Hey, man. I just want to say, keep up the good work, bro. And, you know, I appreciate everything. I got your poster and I got that honey, you know what I'm saying? About to use that.
That's right.
Anyways, I want to say what's up to Dwende, you know. I like his old music.
Appreciate
All his
you.
music is real shit, homie, you know, that 5150 Manicomio.
That's what's
Know what
up.
I mean?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Much
Okay.
love. You got one of them Gogers? Those are the Gogers, right? The blue-
Yeah, right.
Yeah, they got one of the Gogers.
That's
I
what's
sent
up.
it to some of the
Is this
people that
it
play
right
orders,
here?
bro. Yeah, take that, bro. You know what I mean? Oh,
That's
yo,
right, though, man. I appreciate everything you're doing, Lucky, you know what I mean?
So got
All
the
this stuff,
bandana
all this
design and
stuff
shit.
bringing in here, all this good, positive things that you got going on, you know what I'm saying?
support the streets, baby. Yeah, absolutely, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thank
Yes,
you, brother.
sir. Much love, dog. Thank you for calling.
Absolutely, dog.
Yup,
Thank you,
yup.
brother.
Much love.
Much
All
love,
right,
dog.
damn it.
There you go. Appreciate you, dog. You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
Duende.
¿Qué onda? I was like hesitant to answer that one, dog. ¿Qué onda, güey?
You love Mexico so much. Go live over there.
Yeah, I did, dog.
Then go.
I already
Don't
did.
Come here.
I did. I live in both. What else?
Don't come here. Pendejo. Pel.
All
Thanks,
right.
phone call. You're on Hoodstocks. Talk to us.
Over the radio, dog? That's the typers,
Hey,
dog.
what's up? Stocks.
What up, my dog? Talk to me, dog.
Hey, saludos. Hey, I want to give a shout out, Lux, Casey,
What up?
and Duende. Hey,
Salute.
Duende, you get off, carnal, on your music.
Gracias, dog. Appreciate you, dog. All the love. You know what I mean? Appreciate you supporting, dog.
Hey, y luego, hey, I want to send salute to you too, homie, for lo que estás haciendo para la ropa to send to Mexico, you know?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yeah.
Hey, that's a big ass bottle right there.
Where you
know?
at? You in LA or in Vegas?
Nah, I'm out here in Kern County.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, shout out to Kern County.
Yeah, whenever I know you guys could get together anywhere, man. Just spread the word out.
Hey, yeah, I see you and the boy Spanky Local. You guys getting a lot of stuff out there, man. I see that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, I see Spanky
And,
too. He's I no me lo he topado todavía. Like, you know, I didn't even know he was
Hey.
doing that till I think yesterday. But shout out to Spanky
Yeah.
Local too for
Hey, esa
getting
madre,
involved in
that
shit.
goes, yeah, it goes a long way, carnal, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
For to helping the raza and
Yo.
and hey, shout out to Hood Stocks too to putting all the fellas on, you know.
All the time, baby. That's what we do, though.
And just wanted to call in, you know what I mean? Share mines out here from the Kern County area.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, though.
Hey,
Hell yeah.
you guys have a good one.
You too,
Yeah,
brother.
salute. Gracias.
You're on Hood Stocks. Talk to us.
This got bandana design on this shit, dog. Look.
Yo,
Baja.
Yo, you're live, baby. Let's go.
I'm live, nigga. What's crack?
He said, I'm live, nigga. What's cracking?
¿Qué onda? What happened?
I mean, this fucking West Side Temple game. I mean,
You got a bad
Can you hear
reception,
him?
brother.
Yeah, you got a
bad
bad
reception,
reception.
bro. Sorry, I'm going to hang up on you.
I think he was repping the hood or something, right?
He might have been, bro.
Shout outs, dog. Shout outs.
Yeah. Let's get this San Antonio, Texas number right here. Hey, you're on Hood Stocks. Talk to us.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Very well, dog. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, it's Lefty. We were over there at the indictment at MDC with your homies over there.
Okay. What's up, dog?
Yeah, it's good. How you guys doing?
Very well.
Good. Thank you.
We're
yo,
We got Herron right here. Herron. Let me pronounce that right. What up, dog?
Yo, what up, Lucky?
What's up, my boy?
Dwende?
What's up, dog? What's cracking? Saludos.
I just want to give you props and give you your flowers because I still remember you pulled up on us on the protest for kids in cages back in 2020, and you pulled up for the Andres Guardado protest too. And
Oh, they're down here in LA.
yeah.
Yeah. No, I've been. That's what we were doing them in Atlanta too. We did a couple in Atlanta. We did a couple here, but I was just present, dog. I didn't organize it, but either way, shout out to those people that have been organizing these events. When I can, I show
and
up.
I was one of the organizers for the Kids in Cages in LA and for Andres Guardado, but I remember you pulled up and supported.
Yeah.
This dude, that Ron right here, he's a real dude, dog, in the movement, dog.
Yeah, that's what's
highly
up, that's
educated,
what's up.
bro. Every time he's been here, bro, you know what I mean? I've had the blessings to, learn something different, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he's very informational. Go ahead, my boy.
Gracias. Now, I just wanted to give Duende his flowers, and a lot of people don't know that he really do be out there pulling up. I remember he was pulling up. So I remember you were like, damn, I pulled up, I'm riding dirty and shit. You didn't have your plates up today or some shit like that. And I was like, hey, don't trip. Everybody's good right now.
I still don't.
That track with.
Nah, but hey, and if you ever if you guys are organizing yourselves, dog, like reach out to me, dog. Like, if you know my Instagram, reach out to me right now and let's get in contact. If you're still, I know you're still fighting, the cause and shit. So
yeah,
by all means, I mean, like you said, I come and I show up, dog. But that's not enough for me no more, So now I don't want to miss out on possibilities to be able to help, as much as I can, using my platform and my resources and the people who support me is it's overwhelming. So I want to use that shit for good, dog.
That's right. Yeah, I'll definitely keep it in mind right now. I mean, right now it's more about patrolling the streets. The protests, they're there, but right now most organizers were focused on patrolling our streets and doing neighborhood watch and getting the community involved. The more eyes, the better.
Is there a group
right now?
Is there a group that people should look for, like if they want to get involved in patrolling the streets, and also like what streets are you guys, like what cities, what areas are you guys? I don't know, like how do people get involved? Take that next step.
One of the pages that's doing a lot of that work is Unión del Barrio. They're doing a lot of that work in LA, San Diego.
Are they on Instagram?
And, out here. Yeah, on Instagram, Unión del Barrio, and then also, Community Defense Coalition, and from there you can find out your local coalition.
You guys go check those out as soon as you get a chance. Open up another page, check those people out if you guys are trying to get involved. Like this is this is where it happens. Like, these are what platforms are for, you know. And all you guys are the ones that matter. Like I said, like everybody listening right now, we're just that center. I don't know shit, Ducky. I don't know what the fuck to do. So all you guys know what to do. So let's put all that information together, and you know, we could keep working together, dog. And the people who know what to do in certain areas, they can handle that, and the people who know what to do in other areas, we handle that.
And I know, you saying you don't. I mean, like, you're not necessarily. You're just kind of like doing it, right? But you know, you don't know what to do, but you're doing it, and you're following your heart, bro. So if you have it in your heart, anybody listening, man, if you got compassion for these families getting broken up, raided, you know what I mean? Like, just follow your heart, bro. Even if you voted for Trump, bro. You know what I mean? Just follow your heart, show compassion, bro, to these human beings, bro. That better
Like,
our country, bro.
Hey, Lucky, did you see Pistolas, Product Pistolas? He was out there in MacArthur Park today. He was giving out the business.
Hey, he's a real one right there. I fuck with that dude, dog. Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Duende.
Yes, sir.
Duende, are you gonna make another song with Hypnotic?
I mean, yeah, if the situation occurs, honestly, like, like here in the States, I haven't really worked on projects with a lot of people here. You know, I've been usually when I work more in Mexico. That's where I film a lot of the videos and a lot of my content. But yeah, despite what's going on, I do need to get back in the movement and start working with artists here. It's just, look, dog, I don't know too many people here. Hypnotic is cool. He's cool as fuck, you know. That's the homie.
Yeah, still banging that track you got with him.
Yeah.
Hey, you never worked with Ezekiel too? I think he's from Vegas too.
Ezekiel, nah. I would like to work with a lot more people from here, dog, from Cali and the movement. I'm just very picky on who I surround myself with, just because I don't want to get caught up in the wrong form of propaganda or the wrong intentions. Like, I don't do this shit to be famous, dog. I'm antisocial as fuck. I do this shit because it's a passion. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. So I just don't fuck with a lot of people. But let's all start working together. I don't give a fuck. Like, if you artists and you want to find something to do, let's all get together. Like, people like you who are, you know, good at organizing movements. Like, help us come up with ideas, dog. So, you know, reach out to me and let's have a conversation.
Yeah. I think you have 3 because you already got a track with Hypnotic, and Hypnotic has like 3 tracks with Ezekiel. So y'all 3 together will make a dope banger.
Yeah, that's what's up.
You gotta
shout out Hypnotic, Ezekiel. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah. Hey, Lucky, you should have a Hypnotic on soon too. He's in, you know, just like Dwende, putting in the work in the streets, and another good dude.
I've had Hypnotic on here the first year of Hoodstocks, bro, about 6+ years ago, dog. And it was when the Iloteros were getting attacked, bro. You know, remember that, bro? They were getting attacked by different races and stuff, and you know, Hypnotic has always been a part of the Raza movement in the sense of you know, making music on political things, you know. And so I had him on back then, bro. You know, I mean, I should bring him back and have him on again for sure.
Yeah. That's the homie right there. That's the homie. All right, hey, just wanted to call and, you know, give you your props, and good ass episple right here.
Thank you, brother.
Appreciate you, dog. Much love.
And that's a lot coming from the homie right here. Appreciate you, dog. Have a good one. When you're out there, you were, so the end of the phone calls, guys. I mean, if you're still calling, this is blowing up. Everybody wants to talk to you, bro. But I wanted to ask you.
Wait.
Let's get this right quick.
What the fuck is that? Oh, my shit was dipped.
Yeah, you made it limp.
Get some of that blue. What is it? Is that what this is for? The same thing as blue chew food, or what?
Exactly. Yeah.
It's gonna cost you child support if you take that bitch. Okay. When you're out of Mexico and you making this music, I mean, you had a corrido that you just released, and that shit, like, bro, I don't understand it all, bro, because I don't speak Spanish fluently, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I was just like, damn, this shit is hard as fuck. That shit went hard, bro. That shit did numbers, huh?
It's doing good. It's doing good. And I'm like, I do that shit because I got to a point where my life, dog, where I'm gonna have fun with my shit.
That's creative,
you know,
bro.
you could like it, you could not like it. But what I do want to do is, no matter what I do, is I'm gonna keep the culture, dog. I'm not gonna switch up. So when I decided to do that, I decided to keep the culture. Dog.
That shit was hard, bro. I heard it, bro, and I was just like, damn, this right here, bro, is a different sound, bro.
Right.
Yeah, I mean that shit's
Appreciate
dope.
that
So when
shit,
you're out
yeah.
in Mexico and you're collaborating with artists out there, I mean, how is that out there, bro? You know what I mean? Just moving around, shooting videos out there. You know what I mean?
It's one of the safest places you could ever fucking feel, dog. And I know there's a lot, like, people that never been there will tell you, oh, you can't go to Mexico because the cartels. Like, dog, I'm more scared of the police here in Vegas, dog. Or here in over there in Vegas, you know what I mean? Or even probably here, they're the same way, you know what I mean? But over there, dog, at least if you're American, dog, they leave you alone. If you're tourist, they leave you alone. If you got money, they leave you alone. It's like the only way you could get fucked up if you're in wrong shit. If you're in bad terms, dog, those are the consequences. Like, we were in bad terms, dog. Our consequences were different. Over there, you're in that crowd. They expect to get, you know, probably like a head cut off or two. You know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
But if you're out there cool, there's homies over there, dog. They make money, dog. Tattoo. They live good. And like I said, it's some of the safest places you can go, dog. And I'm just tired of the narrative of everybody scared to go to Mexico. Like, nah, dog. Like, Mexico's a shit. Mexico's a shit. Like, the fucking dude that called right now, like, go back to Mexico. I'm like, I'm at both places. Like,
but if Mexico
can't keep me out of both
is
and
the shit, which I believe it is the shit. I mean, you know
Uh-huh.
what I mean. But so many people aren't trying to. You know what I mean. There's deportations. People are fighting deportations because they don't want to go back to Mexico, and there's different circumstances. Some families are getting broken up, and that's a different story. But
Right.
but some people, a lot of Mexicans don't want to go back to Mexico. Bro.
Right. So when you talk about economy, dog, like, the United States has an economy of high, mid, and then low. You gotta understand that the American economy is at the low is not for any other reason than lack of effort. You could get your little small percentage of people who obviously can't work. But look at Americans, dog. Most of us are well-bodied, capable people that can go out there and fucking work and make good money, right? In Mexico, there's a lack of resources. So the people who are at the low end is not because they don't want to work, it's because there's not enough drizzling down to you know, their I don't know, their fucking status, or, you know, it's just different. Because over there, dog, you don't see people okay with just sitting back and not having nothing for. There's little kids selling mazapanes, you know. There's old ladies, older, with their kids or whatever, selling chicles. Like, whatever they can do, they hustle. So I don't know. I just feel it's different, dog.
So
that's why the Mexican people come here, because they're like, I'm a hard worker. I'm gonna go to where I can work and actually do good. Even if I'm low class in the United States, I'm fucking high class in Mexico.
So when you say going to Mexico is a shit, it's this, that, the other, it's because you're privileged of being American and being able to cross over like nothing, get
Yes.
money there, and go over there
I
and
can say
spend
that,
it.
yes. But I've seen me knowing that makes you think that way, right? But then I've seen deported homies, right?
Yeah.
Who have that American hustle and get down there and they boom, boom. And that's where I know it's like, fool, you can do it. It's all on the resources you have, dog.
Is there so? And you said the American hustle, bro. I mean, so is there different? Obviously, if you got the American hustle, you've been able to experience success, right? You've been able to turn nothing into something, and then so you can go to Mexico and you might have the edge over the nationals because you have an American hustle. That's interesting.
I feel like America's always been a little bit more advanced. Mexico's gotten their, you know, our people's gotten their styles from the Chicanos, and they're like a little couple of years, whatever comes out here and is in style here and trending here, it trends in Mexico later. So there's like tattooing, dog. I'm gonna start with tattooing. Like, the quality of tattooing came from the Chicanos. Once people started getting deported, now the quality of Mexico's tattoos had to fucking rise up. And these people had that hustle of mastering their shit to a certain quality that it's trending. You know what I'm saying? They applied that, and they do real good. But they learned that here. They learned that from the culture here. I don't think they would have learned it as soon as they did here in Mexico. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, like the pro clubs right now, I'm just using an example, right? And Mexico is starting to trend to where there's money, more money in Mexico now. So now they want expensive shit. How much is that t-shirt? That pro club is, what, 200 pesos? All right, give me it. That's $10. You know what I mean? In Mexico, dog, ain't nobody gonna pay no 200 pesos for a fucking t-shirt. You know, but now that these trends and the whole the culture's going on, you feel me? I don't know. It's you know.
When was the last time you were in Mexico?
I just came like, fuck, I'm not good at time for one. May, I think May I came back.
Damn.
2.5 months ago.
Yeah,
Damn.
like something like that.
Yeah, you're out there.
Yeah,
recently. That's cool. So you got to see how the climate is out there, at least firsthand.
Fucking. Yeah. I mean, these are both spots. I love both spots.
Yeah,
Mexico and United States.
I mean, yeah.
We
What do
live
you
in both.
what do you think about those? We're touching on it yesterday about those gentrification protests in Mexico City. How the Mexicans are telling Americans to go back to their country.
I don't know too much about it, but if just in a nutshell, I would say, fuck with what's going on right now, dog. I wouldn't blame them because I don't know. Listen, white people started moving to old Mexico the same way they're moving into Mexico City right now, and started gentrifying it, and then kicked us out, and then went to war with us, and then kicked us out, and now we can't. Now we're illegal. So it's like now you're kicking us out of like even citizens, and you want to start that shit in LA in Mexico City, so that in 100 years you can kick us out of Mexico City and we're illegal there. I don't know. That's just you know, if you think about it too much, like my stoner ass, then that's the fucking that's what I came up with. Like, is that why they're doing it? And it makes sense. But then at the end of the day, it's like, I don't know. Are they doing the same thing that the States is doing?
Yeah, it's kind of like, you know.
You could look at it both ways. You know, are they any better because now they're kicking out the white people because the white people are kicking out the Mexicans?
Yeah.
I don't think that's what it is. I think because, like I said, I go there a lot, and Mexico is full of culture. And now that there's a lot of Americans and Canadians coming in,
Europeans.
Yeah, there's literally a lot of Mexicans. Like they're really hardcore Mexican patriots, I guess you could say, and they don't want that culture to go away and start accommodating to white people. Because when you go down to Mexico City now, it's starting to look kind of like New York.
Yeah.
You know, and shit that's, and I don't know, it's different. They have fucking buildings and landmarks that mean shit, you know, and white people just want to build over that.
Yeah, they want to put their cafe right there.
Yeah, so it's like they don't.
They got to protect the land.
But like I said, that could be biased of me, you know what I'm saying? But then again, I try to think out the box, but I go to both places, like pretty frequently, you know, so I don't know.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, I think this has been a good little podcast right here, my dog, and I appreciate you.
This was a podcast? Shit, I thought we were just chilling.
Yeah, no, for real, yeah. Absolutely, bro. What they call it, a podcast, you know what I mean? But we call it chilling, kicking it with the homies.
It's a radio interview, dog.
Yeah, no, and I appreciate you pulling through, brother.
Yeah. Thank you for having me, dog.
You really impressed me in the sense of your intellect, your level, your emotional level, bro. You know what I mean? The words that come out your mouth make sense.
People
bro.
look at me like a cholo, and I love that, because when you look at me and you approach me and think that you're gonna say something that's gonna make me feel stupid, it makes people feel real fucking stupid. So I love that, and I see you got that shit yourself because you've been through some shit. I mean, you read a lot of books, huh? When you were, yeah.
I read a lot of books now, bro. I've been a dumb motherfucker all my life in the sense of just like living that life and doing my thing. You feel me? Like I didn't start trying to change my ways until like 38 years old. You know what I mean?
And then too late.
Yeah,
that's dope.
And you know, 10 years later, here we are now. 11 years later, 10 years. You know, I've really tried to really improve myself, and so I see life from a different lens, bro. And not everything was always a physical thing. You know what I mean? How you deal with a situation, and not everything acquires an altercation. You know what I mean? For so many years, everything, you know, that's what it went to. You know what I mean? Violence. You know what I mean? But violence isn't the answer. You know what I mean? I mean, sometimes I guess it's necessary. You know what I mean? To depend on the situation, but really, I learned to start using my head a little. I've always used my head, bro, but as I've just tried to raise up a little, educationally, emotionally, everything. You know, I always feel like, you know, I look at it from different angles. That's all I want to say, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Of trying to deal with situations. Like, not everything needs a punch in the face.
Right,
you know what I mean?
right.
You know?
They say the pen is mightier than the sword, and that doesn't mean literal, you know. But sometimes there's the easiest solutions with the back, the you know, not that I don't want to say the threat, but the in the back of the mind, knowing that, like you said, sometimes you resort to violence, like the sword. Sometimes you need the sword, but best way to avoid the sword is with the pen.
Well, poor people fight, dog. Rich people sue. That's a true fact,
true.
bro. Rich people sue, bro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sue you. You know what I mean? Why? Because they have the resources and they have the money to do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So there's levels in life, bro. And we need to get to a level where we have the resources. I'm not saying we're gonna be suing each other and shit, but I'm just saying, like,
what do you think we should do? Like, as you know, like I said, I don't got many ideas, but I know we're all like scrambling. Like, and it, like off the top of your head, what's something that you've thought about before, or something that maybe, like, you know, been talked about with somebody? Like, man, maybe we should do this, or maybe, you know, do something like this.
In regards to what movement?
To just helping out. At this point, it's helping out. It's not even. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know how to fight against what's going on right now. I know the law, but I don't about this. It's different.
You can't win, bro. Right now, 1,000%, we cannot win because of the administration, bro, and because laws are laws, and once they're implemented, and they're going to get enforced to a certain degree. Yeah. Obviously, to this degree, it's to the fucking 10th degree.
Right,
you know
right.
Because,
and we can't even use laws to our benefit because they're dismissing any laws that pertain to.
They say, and I don't have the answer to this because I'm not well versed on this, but they say that everybody deserves due process. They're saying people that are getting deported deserve due process. But then there's other people who are saying, if you came here illegally, you don't get no, due process. You know what I mean? Because you came here illegally. So I don't really know the ramifications of all that shit.
But like you said, if you're an immigrant in that level, you have your attorney and you're good.
If you got money.
Yeah, if you got money, and a lot of people that,
which are the white immigrants mostly.
A lot of people that are getting deported, they don't have that. It seems like they don't have that money, because if they did have that money, they'd be like, "Fuck it, dog. I mean, go set up shop over here."
Like, who do we reach out to as far as, like, that's the public? Like, we're I mean, I don't consider myself a big huge voice, but I do got my gracias. So. What can we do, and who could we reach out to? Like, you say you had who do you say you have coming?
The border agent that potentially might come.
Yeah, like people like that. It's always
he wanted to do it via, because he's in another state, and I said, bro, I only do interviews in person.
Right.
Because those are the only way it's going to be a real interview. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Sitting face to face, because we keep each other honest, right?
Right.
You know what I mean? But anyways, who knows? Maybe him, dog. You know what I mean? But I think what we can do individually is, educate ourselves.
Facts.
It's a capitalistic world, bro. So capital is king, and when you have capital, you have power. When you have capital, you have more options, bro. So what we gotta do is we just gotta raise ourselves up individually as the years go by. And when this happens again, because it will happen again, because it's always happening, bro. I remember back in the day, in the 90s, motherfuckers would be like, La Migra, you know what I mean? And motherfuckers would run and shit. I think that was Chunky. Chunky used to play that joke on fools around his neighborhood, huh, Chunky? You know what I mean? He thought it was funny, huh, fool?
He thought it was funny.
But, the only thing is with money, because and I could give you the number again, Lucky. It's $4.1 trillion that the Latinos in the United States generate.
And that's
so if we spend that wisely, or in a strategic manner, we could actually really change things.
Even if
we're just all scattered and don't have any leaders.
Right. And like to spend it wisely would be like, I mean, what are some ideas?
Well, spending it wisely is always having an asset, you know, and an asset is gonna generate income, you know what I mean? So if you have cash flow, you have options, you have power, you know what I mean? So I think it's always, and then also too, in regards to like gentrification that's happening out here, stuff like that, instead of being a renter, you gotta be an owner, bro. You gotta dig your roots so deep into the soil, bro, that ain't nobody gonna uproot you, because when you step on this part of the surface, this land right here, I own this bitch. Get the fuck off my property. So you need more ownership opposed to renters, dog.
Yeah, and Latino businesses, if you support them first, then you know your money's going to, at least like Lucky said, if you raise yourself up, you obviously raise yourself up through capital, through business, by people supporting your business. And that's another way.
And Rated R just said, if a crime is committed, you get no due process. Yeah, but I think a lot of these people getting deported have zero crimes on their jacket, bro.
That's the crime.
Well, but the law of the land is you cross the border,
then you committed the crime.
That is a
that's
crime.
the crime.
Okay, there it is.
So it's like a fucking harsh catch-22.
Yeah. I mean,
there's no way around it, really. Even if you got fucking dropped off from an airplane.
100%. Hey, well, check it out, man. We got the drums playing next door now. I'm gonna wrap this up, dog. Dwende, thank you so much, my boy. Once again, doggy. Hey, this shit was solid, bro. You know what I mean? I appreciate you. I knew it was gonna be good too. I knew you gonna bring the heat, gonna bring the knowledge.
Shout out to everybody that tuned in, man. It's Lucky right here, dog. He's doing hood stocks. That you doing this shit right. Keep the game pure, dog. Like, you know, sometimes we're here to talk about the streets. Sometimes we're here to talk about entertainment. Sometimes we're here to talk about politics. Today we're here to talk about our fucking people, and I appreciate you letting me come on here and voice my opinion and give everybody their shots out that's been helping out, man. Las Vegas, Los Angeles, down there in Tijuana. Let's get moving. Appreciate y'all, man. Love y'all.
How can people support you, bro? All your platforms, brother.
Man, Duende Manicomio is pretty much my platforms everywhere, dog. You can follow me on IG, you can follow me on YouTube, TikTok, all the other shit that I got. I mean, I'm not, you know, I'm OG, dog, so I'm antisocial, so don't expect all the other shit that you see from all these other artists, man. I just get on my platform when it's necessary, when I got something to promote or when I want to help something out. But if you want to help the cause, you know, you got a bigger voice than me, so let's run it, man. Let's do it.
Everybody give it up for Dwende. Thank you, my dog.
Yeah, appreciate you.
We're gone.